Hey, Ann and Barbie, happy Mother's Day to you, baby. Hey, Mayor. All right. I'm trying to make it where I can see this good without... I wonder if I turn it the other way, will the big thing be bigger? Nope. I need to keep it this way. Yep. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. That's a mommy. Okay. All right. Mayor says, does ATZ think about me? Me and Emmy just chilled and we put on our comfy pants, and then I ate the rest of my chicken nuggets, and then we ate ice cream and a muffin, and I'm back. My son is 19. I was thinking about that today. So this is my 19th Mother's Day. All right, Mayor, does A think about you? The wolf is fed and rested, Dan. That's right. I had to take me a break. Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Emperor reversed. That doesn't necessarily mean they don't think about you. It just means that they're not going to take any action towards you. So I'm just going to say possibly yes, because the Knight of Swords is even reversed. Page of Swords reversed is that stalker sort of energy. So I'm not going to say they don't think about you. I'm just going to say I don't feel like they're going to take any action towards you anytime soon, but I do feel like they think of you. Alicia, does the Aquarius regret ending the relationship? No contact. You welcome, Mayor. Does the Aquarius regret ending the relationship with Alicia? Thank you, Hakeem. Is your question on Cash App, or you want to post it in the chat? Hermit reversed and the Wheel of Fortune. So this Aquarius person, I'm not going to say they don't regret. I want to tell you that they're not facing it if they do. The Hermit reverse is an energy of someone that keeps themselves busy and in motion, Wheel of Fortune, to avoid sitting with themselves. So at this moment, no, they don't regret it because they have a band-aid over it. They're not able to regret it in this energy. Even the Four of Swords is reversed. So they're keeping themselves, their mind and heart and soul is staying busy so they don't have to sit and think, if that makes sense. So it's an avoidance type of energy. So as of this moment, they don't, but it's because they're not listening to themselves. Their inner guidance is muted because they're staying busy to avoid their inner world. You're welcome, Alicia. All right, let me do the Cash App and then I'll start back on the, y'all know, the free questions. If you have a free question, let me see if he put it in the, oh wait, no, it's not in the Cash App. So let me see if it's in the chat. That sounds good, Barbie. Hey, Christy. Oh, there it is. What are Izzy's true current feelings towards me? Will she reach out, and if so, when? All right. Is Izzy somebody that you have like a past relationship with, or like you're on and off, or like you want to give me like a sentence to what it is? Hakeem. Hey sisters. MBB, if you hang around, baby, I'll get your free question, okay? I'm just doing a Cash App donation on this moment. But if anybody that wants a free question, I'll open them back up in a few minutes. All right, we're going to do 6. Okay, Christy, you'll be next. We were talking and dating previously. All right, 6 shuffles. Let's see. 6 shuffles. What are Izzy's true current feelings towards her king? Will she reach? So feelings and actions. And if it looks like she's going to do something soon. Two more shuffles. You too, sisters. I had to take me a break for a minute. All right, tell us about Izzy. 2 of Cups reversed. Ew, as the first card out. This person feels like emotionally y'all's connection is not balanced, as if y'all can't see eye to eye about something in terms of how you connect emotionally, like what you even want out of it. Something is not, like this could be you and them if y'all were the 2 of Cups. It's missing. They feel like something is off between y'all emotionally. Then the Tower came out. And they feel like that's part of what caused the disruption here. It's like it built up to it. Like emotional mismatch, feeling like. Knight of Cups reversed. They could feel like they have issues being emotionally unavailable, or they could feel like you do. I almost feel like one person here is more emotionally mature than the other one. I'm not saying anybody's right and wrong and there's one person to blame for the whole connection being off. I'm just saying overall, one person is more willing to sit with their emotions. One person is more willing to open up emotionally. One person is willing to let the other one into their heart more than the other one. So therefore, it causes a mismatch, because I feel like both people here actually feel an emotional connection to each other, but one person is not as evolved emotionally, or they're a little more immature emotionally. So they don't show it exactly right, and they don't let the other one in exactly right. So it causes friction, the pressure builds, the Tower shows up. You see what I'm saying? That Tower shows up because of one energy being emotionally unavailable or immature. Page of Swords reversed. If this person has access to like social media or anything like that, then they want to look at it, but they don't really want you to be able to see that they do that. But if it's not social media, this is an energy that's been around ever since the tarot came out, right? So we didn't have social media when the tarot came out. This is that energy of curious about what you're doing, curious about how you feel. The same energy you're showing me they have about you. You're getting a reading about them. That's the Page of Swords reversed. Curious about what's going on with you in terms of how you view them. They're feeling that same thing. Page of Swords reversed. Page of Pentacles upright. So in terms of the action they're going to take, I feel like between now and the next month or two, I'm not good with time, so that's why I say month or two. It could be tomorrow, it could be 6 weeks from now. But the Page of Pentacles says this person is going to think of a reason to contact you, and it's going to be something very subtle. The Page of Pentacles. Let's pretend you and this person have a college class together, and even though you're on bad terms, they ask you to be able to copy your notes from the class because they missed one. Page of Pentacles. It seems like it's a valid reason, but they're using that as a reason to get towards you, come towards you or whatever. So I feel like this person will try to make some sort of effort towards you, but it's going to be very small. It's not going to be like, I love you, I want to make it right, I want to do things. It's not like that. It's going to come masked in a valid reason they need to contact you. Whatever that could be for you. It could even be as simple as them liking your picture on Facebook or commenting on some thread that you comment on as well, so they know you get the notification and see it. It's a page. So it's not a lot of energy, but it is some sort of energy in terms of action. It's just going to be a disappointment if you build this action up in your head in a way where you think it's going to be making it right, coming forward and being emotionally open and available. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a small gesture of some sort. All right, I'm going to get 3 more cards for the outcome. And for the people that just came in, I'm doing 2 paid readings, and then I'll open back up the freebies if you stick around, okay? Most likely outcome. Most likely outcome. Page of Wands reversed. There's a lot of immaturity in this reading. I can't not see it. I felt like emotional immaturity on one side or the other. That's the main problem, that you and them ain't matching on. That's the main blockage. And then the next 3 cards I pull is all pages. Page of Swords reversed. Page of Pentacles, which is their action. And then I said the most likely outcome, and I get the Page of Wands reversed. Another page. So Eight of Swords, overthinking it. 4 of Pentacles reversed, and then the 2 of Wands is at the bottom. So you might find yourself in this place of getting some small effort from this person between now and the next month or 2. It's going to be small to you. You're going to feel like they're not showing you true interest, but then you don't want to move on because you feel some sort of emotional attachment to them and you want to give them the chance to do more. But I feel like the more you wait it around, the more it's going to make you want to overthink it. And then that's going to get you in this 2 of Wands energy. So I'm not saying, drop them forever and move on, but I am saying don't put your life on hold for this person. If they want to grow a little bit and show you a little bit more, you give them that same energy. But don't put your life on hold because it's a lot of immature energy. It's a lot of page energy. I feel like at the end of the day, most likely what's going to happen is you're going to release it and do you for a little bit. You don't have to do that. You have free will over your life. But I feel like these pages are not a lot. It's insignificant action. So at the end of the day, it might get you in your head for a little bit. You might want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But then as time goes on and you see these insignificant effort and action towards you, it's going to cause you to want to release it and move forward. So if you do get in that energy, don't forget that someone can always grow later. And what will make it easier to release this person is to tell yourself and truly believe if it's meant to be, it'll come back around in the form it's supposed to be in, right? They'll be more mature. They'll be ready for a connection. But I feel like they're very immature in the way they present themselves to you in this connection. And one person is more emotionally mature and evolved than the other one, and it causes a mismatch. Doesn't mean they don't love you, just means one person is less evolved than the other. So I hope that made sense. And I'm fixing to give you some oracles. We'll give you a moon card. Hey, Tubi. Thank you, Anne. Change, the number 35, breaking down to an 8. Then you got another 8 down here, self-reflection. It's a 17 breaking down to an 8. So the 8 makes me think of the infinity symbol, right? So just don't let this person pull you into a circle of off and on energy. Try not to let that happen. It's okay to give somebody another chance. Nobody's perfect, but just don't let yourself get caught up in an off and on with the infinity symbol showing up, 8 and 8. Okay, so that's what I got, and I hope it made sense. And thank you, Hakeem. And Christy, I don't see your question on here, so if you want to post it in the chat, you can go for it. I got one more paid reading, and then I'll open up the free questions for y'all, okay? Hey, Sam, how you doing? What is this song done? Came up on my thing. Let's hit the shuffle button. Is this shuffled song some energy you bringing me, Christy? I might have to hit my vape. I'm just playing. It was called Lovers and Friends. Tell me again, can we be lovers and friends? What the heck? I don't want to be no lover and friend with you. You can get a free question, Tubi, if you just wait for me to finish my paid readings. You don't have to donate. You can get a free yes or no. I've been doing pretty good, Barbie. I be like getting these random times in my life where I need more sleep than normal. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like some low-key depression or if I'm just tired. I don't know. Anne said, oh, dang. All right, there's Christy. Can you please tell me about my connection with James? I ran into him last night. Do you have a history with him or anything? Is he like a past relationship or something? Let's see what she says. I'm going to do 6 shuffles, Christy. These little sappy-ass songs, I'm not in the mood for them today. There we go. There's some Ryan Upchurch. Y'all know I'm not going to shuffle that. All right, we on Christy's mini reading, and then I will open back up the free questions if you wait around. All right. We talked and he knows my family, but we never dated or have been intimate, just kissed. Got you, girl. I agree, Barbie, and it rained a little bit today. The weather called for like a lot of rain, but it never really came. Neck to red. All right, 2 more shuffles. Christy's connection with James. Christy's connection with James. I be trying to catch up to y'all shit talking. Dang. I feel like, now this is the second reading I've done, and I'm on another deck. Now we got the Tower. I guess that's the collective card of the day for everybody. So this person could have recently went through a life change. It doesn't have to be bad. The Tower scares people. I'm a Scorpio stellium, so the Tower is just part of my life. Okay, like every few years, a person, place, thing, or situation will usually, I'll go ahead and get it out of my life before it does this because I learned my lesson. But I feel like this person could be going through some sort of life change. I don't think that has anything to do with you if y'all just saw each other last night and you know what I mean. But the Tower card here says they could be going through something. That's just a life change that can be intense if you're someone that's a creature of habit, you know. Tell me about the connection with Christy and James. I should change my middle name to Tower, Dan. That would fit me perfectly. King of Pentacles. The Lovers reversed. So this person has had some sort of, probably a romantic connection that went away. And that's caused them to put a lot of their energy into their work life or their priorities in some way. It's still weighing heavy on them, the Lovers reversed connection, but they're creating a lot of abundance in terms of their regular world, their worldly world, their job, their priorities, that kind of thing. They have a special place for you in their heart with the Six of Cups. Like, and it's very positive. It doesn't look bad to me at all. Like, they think of you as someone that's like a sweet person with the Six of Cups. I feel like outside of you, they could be like open to dating. Seven of Cups showed up. But whatever happened between y'all, I know you said y'all just kissed or whatever it was, they don't look at nothing bad as what they've had with you. Like, they don't look back and think there's a grudge or anger or anything. It looks positive to me. I don't know that they're open to a commitment in this energy, not with just you, but just anybody, because they had some sort of Lover's energy reverse Tower moment here. And I feel like they turned around and took that disappointment and they channeled it into their earthly world, their job, their priorities. Let's say they want to get a new car. Well, they went to work saving the money to do so. They wanted a promotion at work. They've been putting in effort to do that. And they're really becoming successful in whatever it is they're going after in the physical world. Now, they might be open to like a date, you know what I'm saying? But it's not anything that's stable and committed. The King of Pentacles is committed in love, but since they have this Lover's energy reversed with the Tower, I feel like they're channeling this energy into their earthly responsibilities and duties. And they're taking dating and putting it on the back burner. But as far as how they see or view you and the connection between you and them, it's like you have a special place in their heart. There's nothing negative coming from that. But Seven of Wands at the bottom, again, very guarded when it comes to whatever happened in their love life. Justice and the World energy. Again, I don't feel like they're going back to whoever this is that hurt them or that they hurt. But they're also not open to making that again, a new connection that committed again. Not anytime soon or not right now. I can look up the potential between you and them. Two of Wands, the potential is Page of Swords reversed, Nine of Cups reversed. Again, the potential is the same as what I said. They special place in your heart, their heart, but There's some sort of serious commitment energy that's not here anymore, that they lost. So they're putting their energy into the King of Pentacles. That could be you, Christy. This could be describing you. It's like, if it is you, then we'll switch it around. That's possible, because I'm definitely not a psychic. I just be reading what it means. But with this energy, I would say if this is you, you've got a connection that you were committed to that had a tower moment. It went away, so you started channeling your energy into your worldly life. Okay. And you think of this person that you saw last night in a very positive way. You have a special place in your heart for him. You could be open to dating, but it's very surface level dating, because you had this thing that really hurt you before now. And I feel like you're not open to anything deep and committed right now. And it's because of whatever this is that happened. If that's you, that's the way it goes. It's still the same meaning. Yeah. And if it is you, remember, I don't feel like this is something you're going to go back to, because it's permanently damaged or gone. So if that's the case, if it's because it's some past connection you had that started with a D, right? I'm not going to say the name out. Then the message here is just, if you have interest in this James person, you could have a fun date with them, but I don't feel like you're ready for more than that, because you're not very open to it. So if this was even someone that you could make a lifelong partnership with, you're not ready for it in this moment, because you've still got to transmute whatever this is with the past person that starts with a D. You still got to transmute that. How do you do that? The way I do it is with a journal. And I know people that watch me all the time get sick of me saying this, but it worked for me. So I'm going to repeat it until I'm not on the earth anymore, because I can point to situations that it worked for me in, and I can point to the results in my life that it helped me. Get you a journal and assign a positive meaning to the connection that started with a D. What did you learn about it? Write it down. How are you grateful it happened? Just because it's painful doesn't mean it can't be helpful. I don't know, Christy, because you're not open to it. So the cards are not going to answer it in that way. That's not what came out. What came out is you need to deal with this. I mean, you can jump in with someone even if you're not ready, but don't you want it to be successful? It's according to what you want, right? If you're okay with it not working, because the odds are stacked against you here until you transmute this. Or in the other case, if the other guy's going through this, this is something that changes you. When you go through the tower with the Lovers reversed, you're forever changed as a person. Before you have that connection and afterwards, you're a new version of you. All right, I'm going to give you oracles. All right, you got the number 15, acceptance, breaking down to a 6, which is about balance. The Lover's card is a 6. Here's your synchronicity, action. This is something that I can't do for you. No one on the planet can do but you. You've got to transmute whatever failed connection this is talking about, if it's about you. And if you know deep down it's about you, if there was a connection you were committed in and it is gone now, but you still hold the baggage of it, you've got to assign a positive meaning to that. Then what's going to happen? Acceptance. And what else is going to happen? Gratitude. You're going to be grateful for that bad connection that did not work out. Thank you, Dan. You're going to be grateful. Then you're going to transmute it. Then you're going to be in a more balanced place to make something work with a person. But I feel like until that message, until that part gets worked out, it's not saying you can't date. It's just saying you have a big challenge that you're pulling into the connection with you until you transmute it. Until you can find it in yourself to be grateful for it. That's why the journal thing works. Write down all the things you assign positive to this thing. Burn the pages. Flush it down the toilet. Rip it up. I don't care. You don't have to let nobody read it. It's more about changing the energy of you internally about how your perspective is on this connection that so-called failed. Because nothing ever fails. Not unless you choose to view it that way, right? But yeah, this person, at the end of the day, the question you asked me is, how did this guy's connection, the connection with the J guy, and I think he has a special place in his heart. He doesn't have any negative feelings towards you. He don't think anything bad about you. 6 of Cups. It's Sun in Scorpio, for crying out loud. That's a very positive, warm, fuzzy feeling when it's in the upright. So, okay. I'm not going to do multiple questions for you because that's not fair to everybody else. That I only do one for everybody else. So, okay. Now I'll do free yes or no's. So if y'all want a free yes or no, lay it on me. And thank you, Christy. And Christy, the question you're asking me is too much in one question, what you're asking me. So I don't even want you to ask me that on a free question. You got to be more straightforward. And what does it matter if he gets upset if you go on a date with the other guy? Are you trying to use manipulation to get your way? I'm telling you this out of love. You've been getting readings from me forever, and you know how I am. I'm straightforward. I hope you know. And I'm honest with you. I'm telling you out of love. If you were my daughter even, I would tell my daughter this. If you're going to go out with the J guy to make the A guy upset, why do that? Because that's just going to be manipulation to get what... That's a game player. So what kind of love connections are you going to attract in your life? If you're practicing that, we attract what we are. I love you, so that's the only... If I didn't give a shit, I would just flip the cards and be like, $2, yes ma'am, do that. But I can't. I can't do it. And my face is literally on fire right now. So I'm channeling, I can tell you that much. So that's what God would want me to say. You know what I mean? But I'll definitely do a free question for you. But not something that if you do this, will you get this manipulated action? I can't. Okay. All right. Sam, is C loyal towards me? I am hot as hell, y'all. I done cut the air on. I'm doing you, Sam. Hold on. My face is on fire. Emmy, are you freezing? Okay. Poor Emmy. I'm going to freeze her to death. You're welcome, Christy, and I do love you, so I hope you don't think I'm trying to fuss at you. The main thing I want you to get from your reading is that transmutation part. Because think about if you had a dead dog. You loved that dog, but he was forever dead. When he dies, think about if you tied a rope around him and tied him to your leg as you went to the Humane Society to get a new pet. Wouldn't that really dampen your chances of getting that new dog? With that dead carcass hanging around your leg? That sounds very extreme and weird, but energetically it's the same thing when you try to set up a new connection and you have that old thing pulling on your energy. I want you to transmute that energy so that you can go into your connection and be successful. I truly want for you. Because that's what you deserve. You deserve something happy and authentic. All right, Sam. Hangman reversed. Knight of Pentacles. Yes, they're loyal. The Knight of Pentacles, he is so slow sometimes you want to pop him in the nose. But the Knight of Pentacles, he finishes what he starts. He can be very narrow-minded when the Hangman is reversed. This person can be very narrow-minded. When they get their eyes set on something, they're stuck. Which can be loyalty, but also a lot of times you can't get somebody like this to change their mind easily or see things your way, so that's a challenge. But to answer your question, yes, they consider themselves loyal to you. All right, sisters, is Lamar thinking about me lately? And I'll still do you a question if you in here, Christy. Yes or no. You welcome, Sam. All right, sisters, is Lamar. Is this cornflakes? Sisters, is this cornflakes we asking about? These hoes ain't loyal. I might not even be remembering the right person, but there was somebody used to ask me about old cornflakes. Cornflakes and no milk. Yes. Oh my God. Damn cornflakes. I ain't thought about cornflakes in a while. Page of Cups reversed. Two of Swords. For thinking about you, yes. Taking action towards you, no. But they have to be thinking about you to be in the energy of the Page of Cups reversed. This is someone that is very emotionally immature, but they're not going to take action on what they feel, but they have some sort of emotion towards you, but they're not taking action on it. Two of Swords. It's a standoff kind of energy, stagnant. Itchy balls. All right, Tubi. Should I change my job coaching person? She was so rude to me. So would it be favorable for Tubi to change their job coaching person? Would it be favorable for Tubi to change their job coaching? You welcome, sisters. Four of Wands, Eight of Swords. I feel like yes, because you may get better opportunities. Using this person since they were rude to you, now even if they give you good advice, you're still going to be prone to overthinking it because of the perspective you have over them. So if there is an option to change it, I feel like that will be in your favor. She said, Christy, you set Boo on fire. I know my face is hot. All right, B, will I meet a new love interest this month? It's none of her business what you do, Tubi. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's good or bad to take the medicine, but I'm also saying that's none of her business. Four of Wands, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen me shuffling, but I feel like you will see a new opportunity in love this month. You got the Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands, B. That's crazy when cards repeat like that. All right, next is AM. Will SF University be a good choice for me to pursue my bachelor's degree? AM. Will SF University be a good choice for AM to pursue their bachelor's degree? Page of Wands reversed, Magician reversed, King of Swords reversed. I'm not saying it's not possible to get your degree there if they have what you want, but I feel like there's a better option to match your energy. I wouldn't overthink it too much. If you've already chosen this, you can try it, it won't hurt. But I just feel like there's a better option out there. So maybe just do some research and see what other one your intuition tells you to pick. You know, don't ever use my reading to make a major life decision. Also use your inner guidance. But it feels like challenging energy by picking that school. Okay. Bri Shantel. Does Spirit think it's a good idea that I take a break from talking to my sister, who constantly brags about her life? I'm still trying to get my life together. Is it favorable? Is the energy favorable for Bri to take a break from her sister? Thank you, Anne. And a Dolly Parton wig. I said, I know it, Dad. Ain't she cool? That's the kind I dig. Y'all know that song? I like my women just a little on the trashy side. Good night, Tubi. Where they wear their clothes too tight and their hair is dyed. Too much lipstick and too much rouge. Look at Clay Becker 13 getting my engagement up. Dickhead. I can't help it that the girl turns you down at the party. Clay Pecker. Three of Wands in the upright, Bri, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So what I would do, Six of Wands, I would take a break from your sister because it's like almost you feel as if her successes are just screaming in your face where you need to still expand. And I feel like it would give you a chance to focus tunnel vision on getting your stuff together, and then, you know, just, you don't have to be rude about keeping your distance. You don't even have to tell her you're doing it. Just energetically make your bubble, right? And when you need to interact with her, do very little, be polite, but energetically know that you're doing what you're doing to expand and grow. And then once you feel proud of your accomplishments, maybe you can open a little bit back up to her more. But take that break just to give you chance for expansion, and just so you don't carry the negative energy with you while you're trying to build your life, journal a positive meaning for whatever she's been doing in terms of throwing it up in your face. Journal about how grateful you are that she showed you what you could have and more. That you're so grateful that she bragged to you because she showed you what's possible for you times 10. And then take a step back, because you don't have to tell her you feel that way or nothing. Energetically, if you transmute that energy, it becomes fuel for your fire to get your life together. So it gives you more room for expansion. Okay. To a song that you ain't gonna sing. It's a match made up in heaven, like good old boys and beer. You're welcome, Bri. Clay Pecker. Your license in my wallet. Okay, who's next? Okay, we caught up to everybody then. Now I can see what y'all talking shit about. It's like rain on an old tin roof, and your hand fits right into mine like a needle in a groove. Some things just go better together, and probably always will. See, old Pecker boy, he started out by trying to pick a little bit to get me to go off, because when everyone else was asking their free question, he put in there like, am I gonna clap some cheeks this week or some bullshit? And I saw it, but I was like, whatever, I'll do it, I don't care. And I kept going in order, right? And then I told someone not to make a major life decision off of like a 3-card reading, and he's like, because this is horse shit. Oh, stinking ass. He shouldn't have 13 in his screen name. That's my lucky number. All right, energy check for Ann. We're going to use Everyday Witch. And probably always looks like a cup of coffee and a sunrise. Sunday drives and time. What's the point of this old guitar if it ain't got no strings? It's okay, old peckerhead boy. I did turn on subscribers only mode, so that usually gets most of it out. And threw that wrench right between his eyes. It's okay, Dan. I can zap them too. You and Dan, Ann and Dan, y'all have a bunch of channels y'all be moderating for, don't you? I don't see how y'all do it. I did yours, didn't I, AM? Did I do your question, AM? Tell me what it was, and I'll see if I did it. I thought I did your question. A walking purpose. The Lovers. What is this? And it could be a decision. Barbie says she was grabbing some pretzels. Oh yeah, I did your question, AM. I remember it, about the university thing. I think AM is behind on the live. Eight of Cups. Look at, oh my God. Just look at this. It's a mess. Y'all know that little boy on TikTok? You're welcome, AM. I think she's behind on the live. But there's this little boy on TikTok, and his mama had greased his face up. And he ain't about 4. And he was like right here with the phone, you know. And he said, for all the other kids my age, do y'all's mama grease y'all face like this? Just look at it. It's a mess. He's so cute. But it's a 8 of Cups. Lover's card, 8 of Cups. So this could be a decision about walking away from something, or it could even be a very strong connection that comes into your world that you end up walking away from. I honestly don't know. The Empress and the Justice energy. You got the Empress the other day. I don't remember when, but I remember something about it. I just don't know what the 8 of Cups is. With the Empress and the Justice, this is about something creating abundance around you. We're going to ask with this deck, what is the 8 of Cups with the Lovers? Judgment. Death. World reversed. Knight of Cups. Well, it still doesn't feel like it would resonate with you. This feels like unfinished business from a connection that's really intense, but you walk away from it. I feel like you've already walked away. The only thing I could say unfinished business would be a past life connection, if you believe in that. That could show up. Knight of Cups, world reversed. It could be past life, Lover's card. 8 of Cups. Maybe that makes sense later. I don't know. It's confusing me. The reason why I'm saying past life is because it says judgment and death. And world reversed. So you could have a past life thing come in for you. But you'll end up walking away from it because you're more focused on whatever this thing is that brings you balance that came out in your reading before. With the Empress. This came out earlier about something that brought out your inner child that you do with your time or your money. Because I think it was the 9 of Pentacles or Ace of Pentacles and the Empress maybe. I'm not good at remembering. But I remember the Empress. So that doesn't sound fun, but you could have a past life connection that comes in.
I thought you had that camera facing me right now.
No, I didn't. That's the, I'm looking at the chat.
I'm going to show you my posters I made.
I'm going to give you a moon card, Ann.
I'll show you my posters.
Mm-hmm.
There's the first one.
But you need to put your,
I'm not doing that.
okay.
Anyway, you say pen in.
But then they would actually vote if you put yours.
Students don't vote anyway. They don't matter that much.
They don't?
The student council
Oh.
does.
We're going to print them tomorrow? All right, let me give you a moon card, Ann. Thank you, Brian. You'll be next, baby. You got the number 35 and it says change. And then the bottom of the deck is number 11 and it says fear. So if you're having some fears about an idea you have or a goal you have or anything like that, I feel like if you just act in spite of your fear, it'll bring change that'll be very positive. All right. Thank you, Brian. Let me see what you said. Let me get my thing up here because I'm like an old lady, had to read it. I hope that made sense, Ann. Maybe you just need to put the past life thing in your back pocket and see if you feel like it happens. How is Jeff currently feeling about me with what we have planned for Wednesday? Alright, Brian, let me see what deck I'm going to use. Do I need to vape about this, Brian? Is this going to be serious? I'm just kidding. I like to blame everyone else on my vaping habit so I can project my own addiction to nicotine onto y'all. You know, just go with it. At the end of the day, I know it's my own fault, but it feels good to blame it on y'all. You're welcome, Ann. Alright, 6 shuffles for Brian. How is Jeff currently feeling about Brian with what they have planned for Wednesday? I can blame you anytime, Ann. Now I got Elvis in my freaking earbud. I can't help falling in love with you. Alright. Please show me what he needs to know for his highest and best good. Y'all driving me to vape, Barbie. That's what I pretend. Now I'm thinking about them pickled pretzels I got. They're like pretzel sticks with pickle flavor, dill pickle flavor pretzels. They're pretty good. Ten of Wands reversed came out. 6 of Wands reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. Magician reversed. The Sun in the upright. The 2 of Swords reversed. 5 of Swords reversed. Page of Wands and the 2 of Cups. So I have no idea what this is, so I'm just going to describe to you the energy. In general, this person, not about Wednesday, what you have planned, but just their whole energetic signature in general is like they don't want to have to fight for anything or force anything to happen in their life. They feel like they've been through that a lot of times with people. So that's just their general mindset. However, whatever is going on Wednesday, they have like this little bit of excitement and hope around it going in a very positive direction. They feel like whatever this thing is on Wednesday can help you and them get on the same page because emotionally they feel connected to you anyway, and they feel like you're connected to them as well. The reason why I'm saying that is the Page of Wands and the Sun card with the 2 of Cups. But whatever you have planned Wednesday that is not directly related to that, the rest of these cards feels like this person's mindset in general. Based on whatever they've had happen to them in their life up to this point, it's made them feel sick and tired of being sick and tired about fighting for things, forcing things, or trying to make things happen. So their mindset is, I do not want to have to force something to come into play. I've made a solid decision, 2 of Swords reversed, before now, before even anything was planned for Wednesday, right? That I don't want to force anything to happen. I don't want to make something get done. I've had that happen to me most of my life. I've had to fight through everything and force it, but at the end of the day, it didn't produce any results anyway. The Magician's reversed. So I feel like there's a potential for something positive. I have a little bit of excitement around it. I hope it brings happiness. And I feel like I am emotionally connected to Brian, and I feel like Brian is emotionally connected to me in some way. I feel like we can be on the same page about that. So I just hope that resonated, because it felt like it was out in the middle of the galaxy. But that's the meaning of these cards. So you got to tell me, Brian, give me some feedback before I fall out my chair. Hey, Fiona. You're my kind of man. Where Brian went? Brian done left me in the dust. My face is burning. Brian done ghosted me. I got my kind of woman and my kind of man playing in my earbuds. What's up, Brian? A musical jam session. So do you think it resonated, Brian? Tell me the truth. I'm dead over here. Maybe this person's had, like, since we're saying musical jam session, so the way I would twist this around would be they've tried it with other people and it didn't really produce a band or results like they wanted, and they tried to force it to make it happen. But the Two of Cups would be like you and them are on the same page with the kind of music you like, or the kind of rhythm you have, or whatever with music, right? You're on the same page. And they're excited about it, and they hope it produces positive results. But they're not going to try and force it to be something it's not, if y'all are talking about making a band or whatever. So that's bending it a little bit to match your question. So resonates. Okay. Good deal. Now I'm finna give you a moon card. Hey, perfectly imperfect. All right. Give Brian a moon card. The number 4 and acceptance. And the bottom of the deck says the number 8 and the path. So whatever you do with your music, don't get off the path. That's a breadcrumb to be on your highest timeline with the path card, because you're doing it out of the love to just do it. Something that you can do that is got you on the path to your highest timeline. You see it? So don't ever give that up. No matter how much craziness comes at you in life, no matter what else you do, as long as you love it, keep doing it. No matter what form it takes. Because it's like really good for you to do that. I feel like it helps you create the energetic signature that can attract your highest timeline. Thank you, Ann. Brian got me over here just waiting in the midst. I'm just kidding. Happy early Mother's Day to everybody in here that's a mommy. This is my 19th Mother's Day as a mom. I'm gonna freeze my child to death doing questions for y'all. This ain't even a thick hoodie either. Cutting that air on. And say she over there channeling too. Your face on fire too? What do y'all got planned for Mother's Day? Y'all tell me if y'all are a mom. And Dan, he said he'd be right back. So I was going to tell him whenever he got back, if he needs me to take his wrench off, I can, because I don't want him to think he's obligated to do it because I know it can be work. Thank you, Fiona. They usually do. They sweeties. Me too, Ann. I'm going to go to my mom's tomorrow. I got her something today. I always get her something to do with some skin care. I'll show y'all what I got her. She likes face cream and stuff, so I got her that. It's got like the serum in it and then the night cream, but you can use it in the morning and at night. And also that you use that first and then you use that. But she likes stuff like that, so I don't never be knowing what to get her. So oh, that's good, Barbie. Going to brunch food is always good. And like that time of day is the perfect time of day. You can sleep in and then have brunch. That's the best day ever. Dan be slinging that wrench. Me too, Ann. And the reason why I picked this one is because I was on TikTok the other day, and you know when they're trying to sell something on TikTok when they have that little orange shopping cart at the bottom, but this lady didn't have that. She was just using it, and she's like, I'm not being paid to say this, but I've bought night creams that were like $500 or skin creams that were like $500, and this is the closest thing in a regular like pharmacy store that I've been able to find that's similar to that kind of cream, and this was only like $40 for both things. Yes, Fiona, this is what I'm gonna get my mom. I always get her skin stuff at Mother's Day because I never know what to get her, but she uses that, so we'll go with it. And if she's already got some, she can just use that next when she gets done. Let me see what it's called. It's called serum. It has like a little dropper, and then you put the cream over it. I don't know. I don't be knowing what I'm actually doing. I just be winging life, y'all. I trusted the TikTok lady since she wasn't trying to sell nothing. When they're trying to sell something, I'm more reluctant to get it because I'm like, oh, you're going to get a commission off of this. I don't know if I trust you to sell this to me. Me neither, Fiona. I don't want to lose Dan as a mod. I just don't want him to feel stressed out from being one. Okay, thank you, Deli. Did you put your question on there when you sent it, or you want to put it in the chat, baby? I'm looking to see if I see it on here. I see the question. I read the question, but I'm not going to read it out loud just to... You're very welcome, baby. I'm just going to tell you the answer to it, but I'm not going to read it. All right, let's go. You're very welcome. Thank you. 6 shuffles. Let's see what we get. All right. And happy early Mother's Day to you. Feelings for you, and what do you need to see for your highest and best good? Please and thank you. Thank you. Me too, Ann. My whole life is winged. Every bit of it. I'm surprised. surprised I've made it this far. That's how I know God be watching out for me. No other way could I have made it this far. All right. Let's see what comes out. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Cups reversed. Four of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Wands reversed. Queen of Swords reversed. Page of Swords reversed. Five of Swords. Four of Swords. Seven of Swords reversed. And Three of Swords. So at the end of the day, does this person still have feelings for you? The answer is yes, because no one can feel heartbreak from a connection unless they have feelings, unless they still feel something for the other person. Because if they don't, the only way you can have heartbreak is if you care, right? It wouldn't be significant enough to have heartbreak, and you got the Three of Swords here. This person feels like they've had time to think about some things, and they feel like guilty for some of the conflicts that you and them have had in the past, where they were kind of like spiteful. Guilt for some sort of spiteful battles they may have won. So what I mean is, Five of Swords is like cutting your own nose off to spite your face. Doing anything you can to win the battle, even if it hurts yourself in the process. It's like they're starting to realize that about themselves, and they feel some sort of like guilt or remorse around it. But, however, I don't feel like they're going to like express that in communication, at least not anytime soon, because the Eight of Wands is reversed. They feel like there's some sort of permanent dent in your communication between each other. Also, they feel like whatever they did do that caused the Three of Swords, heartbreak, has caused you to be emotionally unavailable to them, Queen of Cups reversed, and that they think that you probably hold a grudge. Whether you do or not, I don't know. This is just what they feel towards you. They feel like you probably hold a grudge. I feel like if they talk to you, it's going to be like stuff that they have to talk to you about with the Page of Pentacles. Regular business related topics of whatever they have to come in communication with you about. I don't feel like they're going to bring up all the negative stuff they're feeling, but I do feel like they've had some time to think about it, and they feel sort of like responsible for the downfall in some way. And it makes them feel guilt and hurt. But the only problem here is they feel like you've released them. You're emotionally unavailable to them, and you probably have a grudge. And honestly, I think they see that it's actually legit why you have that. Because, like I said, they feel some sort of responsibility about it. So I don't feel like they're going to open up and say, hey, I'm heartbroken. Hey, I feel guilt. Because the Eight of Wands is reversed. And even if they don't think this, I think the main issue that started the main blockage here is around communication. Either you and them have two different love languages, or they just shut down completely and don't express anything, and then that causes an issue. I see small communication coming from them towards you, but again, it's a Page of Pentacles. So it's not, the action here is very little in comparison to the pain they're going through. They have heartbreak around you, and they've thought about it, and they feel a sense of guilt and responsibility for the conflicts. And they view you as someone who pretty much is emotionally unavailable to them because of some sort of anger or grudge you hold. Also, they could feel very empty inside emotionally with the Nine of Cups reversed. Not just from you, like before you even met this person, they could have had that energy within them where they feel like a connection outside of them has to fill them up internally. So they've yet to even become their own best friend. So it's hard for them to connect on a heart level because they have a void in their heart, if that makes sense. So do they have feelings for you? They have to. For them to feel heartbreak, the answer has to be yes, they care. It's something that's got them all tore up inside. Honestly, I feel like the best medicine for somebody that's in this energy is more time to think within themselves. The more time they have, this is a positive energy with the Four of Swords, because the more time you have to think and be with your own energy, your own thoughts, what you're feeling inside, all of that, it gives you a chance to have a transformation and change internally and become your own best friend. Sometimes the universe will put us on a path right by ourselves so that we can become our own best friend, and we feel like we don't have anybody to turn to. But the universe is doing it to us intentionally to give us a chance to transform. I just don't see this person and opening up to you about any of it. That's the only thing. I feel like don't expect that. They kind of expect the worst about how you see or feel about them. So if they don't show you any regret or remorse, or like they feel responsible about anything, they still do feel it. They just got a little pride. You're very welcome, Deli. I'm going to give you a moon card. But them going in the corner to think about it is their best medicine. All right. The 25 says resistance. To me, this card should say growth, because the plants are growing up through the person's hand, kind of like a rose growing through the concrete in a parking lot. Y'all ever seen a wildflower grow up in a parking lot somewhere, like at the grocery store? I know I have. So that's the energy you got right now, Deli. It's like there's a gem in what you've went through in the past year or two and what you're going to go through the next year or two. Because the version you can become of yourself through the process is like amazing if you take that energy and create fuel. Be grateful for all of this wonky shit, because it helped you become a version of yourself you never would have been able to become without it, right? And if you can become grateful somehow, do the journal. That's what I say every time, but I be journaling. Assign positive meaning to sad situations, painful situations, and it literally will be fuel for you to grow through the resistance. All right. And thank you again. Yes, I don't think I've ever met somebody in real life with that name. It's kind of like Delilah without the second L. I'm sure people called you that before. Now freaking Nelly is on, y'all. Who is the human that makes my playlist? Like, how do I come up with this? Whatever mood I'm in, I add it all to one huge playlist, and then that's the only playlist I listen to. So it's all mixed together. Like, I be listening to Elvis and then Nelly. Lord help me. Anne says she feels bad for her guardian angels. Me too. My guardian angels be so tired. They probably have sweat stains in their shirt because they're like so running after me, trying to keep me out of shit. They probably have to take me in shifts or something. Like, they have some guardian angels, and then those guardian angels get burnt out, so they have to call back up and go take a break because they're done. Because I be learning stuff the hard way only, and they get sick of my shit. Me too, Fiona. I be feeling like this place, Earth, is like, this is just an opinion, it might not be true, but like when we're on the other side and we decide to come here and be a human, I feel like we probably think it's easier than what it is till we get here in our little human suit. And then we're like, what the hell was I thinking? Yo, 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 it's Marky Mark's Tarot. How you doing, Mark? Did your team win? Yeah, when we be bad, they're like, okay, this person right here that you stabbed in the past life, they're going to come and annoy the shit out of you for the next 3 months. That's how you get punishment. Me too, Fiona. I want to know what it's like on the other side. You need to watch this channel, Fiona, because she had a near-death experience and she brought back a bunch of knowledge with her. She's passed away now. But this is the channel. I think she's got like 6,000 subscribers. That's how you'll know you found her. And some of the stuff she says is over my head. But the fact that she like has these memories from her past life, you know. She tells her story on there about how many minutes she was dead on paper. But then she even remembers like coming out of her body and seeing herself on the table and then pulling back further to the town she was in, pulling back further to the state, pulling back further to the nation, the continent, the globe, the planets, the galaxies, the multiverse. Like she remembers all of that. It freaks, like it blows my mind. I could watch her channel for hours. She has like a whole 500 or something videos on there answering people's questions about the other side. Yep, that sounds right, Fiona. And she has passed away, but her daughter still has her channel up. She left everything up so everyone could get on there and use her knowledge, you know. Mail? Let me see. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Right, 110.
Oh, that's a 10. That's a 10. Can I tell them what you're doing? Emmy running for vice president of her 9th grade class. She's going to 9th grade next year. Yes, Fiona, that's her.
No, I did it because Roy Gilmore did it. Where's the charger?
Marky said, hey friend, good luck.
Hey friend. Where's the charger for this?
Here's one.
I know you make sure it gets to your work.
Well, I didn't take the charger to work, but you can use this one. The charger to it's around here somewhere. Hey Aisha. The song that popped up on my playlist, Trouble is a Friend of Mine. I don't even know that song, but it sounds like it should be on my playlist. Let me see if I can find her regular charger, because I don't know if that one will work. All right, Aisha, will you see Chris tonight? Trouble is a friend of mine. He waits in the wings. He has to play his part. Oh, Lord. Trouble just be waiting on you, Ann. The Magician and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. It feels like a no, Aisha, but, I mean, it's like they're going to say their intentions are to see you, Magician. But the Eight of Pentacles reversed. There's some sort of blockage around, like, they have to do something. They have a priority they have to meet. They have to work. They have to... It's like they're going to make it like they have to do something that they can't get out of, even though they want to see you. That's the way it feels. So you just have to tell me tomorrow if that resonates. Fiona says she wants a man who is trouble. Fiona needs her a bad boy. You welcome, Aisha. Is that what you want, Fiona? A bad boy? I'm good with just being with my kids, and you sure can, Fiona. We honest over here. You be honest, girl. Lay it on there. Lay it on out there. We all right with it. Ann said, trust me, Fiona, you don't need 3 months of trauma. I think I'm not meant to get married ever again.
I am.
Emmy say she is, but I ain't. I never say never, because you never know. You could be wrong, but I don't think so. Ann said, don't answer no DMs. No. I don't think so. I'm good. I don't even know if I told the story to Mark at the grocery store the other day when that guy was like, do you have a cell phone? I was taking my buggy back to the little cart thing because I can't stand it when people leave their buggy in the parking lot. That gripes my ass. So I'm taking my buggy back and he's like, do you have a cell phone? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, would you like my number? Because he goes to take my buggy back for me. I'm like, oh, you need a buggy? He's like, no, I'm just going to take it back. Do you have a cell phone? I'm like, yeah. Would you like my number? I said, no, thank you, but you have a good day. I'm even awkward when I turn them down. He'll be all right. He don't want to deal with this craziness. I would love to meet someone in the mafia. You know, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer for a crime family. I don't know what my problem is. You must think I have issues. Nah, we can all have visions of things. Maybe it could be like a mafia that's for the greater good of the collective. We could pretend that exists. It can be anything you want in your brain. Your imagination can have anything it wants. I sure did, y'all. I told that man no thank you. Emily's like, you know, you could have took his number down and just never called. I didn't think of that. Like, Emmy tried to get you to lead somebody on. Darling, I believe, baby, you're golden. What kind of shows you be watching? The Sopranos? I don't know how to say your name. The live music person? You can ask me like a free yes or no. And a piece of my heart. She said she loved that show. How did I know? Dan is back. Dan, I was going to tell you that if it stresses you out to have a wrench in here, I can take it off and you can still come in here every day. But I don't want you to feel like you have to be in here to do the channel, because I feel kind of bad. Like, I don't want, because you said sometimes you might pull back on being a mod. So if you want me to take the wrench thing off, you know you don't have to be a moderator. Because I can throw the wrench too. Okay, good. You're good with it then. I'm just making sure, because I don't want to feel like I forced you into it. Because in reality, everybody that's a moderator in here, I forced every one of them into it. They didn't ask. I just gave it to them. I never thought about the method of asking the person if they wanted the wrench, you know? Oh, it's your other one. So you talking about being a moderator for another channel. Hey, Jen, I'm doing good. How about you, baby? Okay, good. Fiona said, don't leave, Dan. We need you. I'm so in love with everything you do. Oh, I didn't even put all messages on this thing. I be forgetting to do that. I don't know if you know that, but if you have a channel and you go live, you have to hit the little settings thing and click all messages, or YouTube will only let some of the messages come through, which is crazy. You should always be able to see all messages unless you choose not to. It makes no sense to me why that would even be a setting. We love you too, Fiona. And be spying on Dan. You go, Jen. That's a successful day if you got your air conditioning going. If you didn't have it going before today and you got it, you got success today, baby. Our air conditioning is a big dang deal. Mine has tore up before and it be making me miserable. If y'all want to see me act like a whiny brat, just mess up my air conditioner. Or make me work in the yard. My cousin, she's a godsend. She cuts my grass and does my yard for like $50, and I'm like, thank you. Because she does that. That's like one of her main jobs in the summer. She works with someone else. And they do yards, and then she'll come down here and do mine because she lives like in front of me. I'd be so grateful for it. You need a shirt, Fiona, that says, waiting on my mafia man. So basically then you would, you know, be like advertisement. So if one comes around, he can be like, how you doing? I gotta turn the air on some more. I swear y'all be sending me heat. Well, no, Emmy's in the shower. I'm gonna be freezed her to death, so I better not. Yeah, Mark lives in paradise, Jen. Mark lives in freaking paradise. When Emily graduates in 4 years, I need to move there. I probably can't ever move there because it's another country, but I could move to Florida, which ain't very far from me. Where do you live, Jen? You live in paradise too? The beach is paradise in my opinion. I would just have to have like a backup plan of where to go when a hurricane comes, because I'm chicken of hurricanes. Is your air messed up, Dan? Oh, Jen lives in Oregon, a different kind of paradise. Yeah, Mark has pink sand on his beaches. Like, what the heck? I could always visit. That's true. Do you have to have a passport to go there if you're an American? Me too, Dan. Like right now it's on 70, but I hate to turn it down anymore because Emily's in the shower and I freeze her to death. Pink sand. Don't that sound like magic? I bet that place is so healing, like going there. Because every time I go to the beach, like when it's like in the evening right before dark, and you find you a spot on the beach where there's not a bunch of people and you just sit out there, it feels like you're literally being healed. And you're already free. You're already free to travel. I'm not saying I wouldn't move to the beach, honestly, though, when my kids are almost grown, basically, now. But I'm saying when they get, like, their own house and stuff, you know. So in probably about 10 years. My grandmother had an opal necklace, and she gave me her diamond necklace. When she was literally sick and about to pass away, she left her diamond necklace to me. But she also had this opal necklace. I remember she wore it like my whole childhood. I always remember that necklace. And I think she gave that to my aunt. Me too, Dan. I don't like warmer weather unless I'm at the beach. But as far as like daily life, warm weather is hot here. It's so humid. I'm from South Georgia, Jen. I live in South Georgia. The humidity here is horrible. And this year, the freaking pollen has been horrible. Me too, Ann. I don't go nowhere. Y'all know that. I'm either at work, taking my kids somewhere, on here with y'all, or under my blankie. Or I go to the grocery store. That's it. I do feel like that, Fiona. She's a little go-getter kid. Exactly, Mark. It's peaceful and safe. We're going to have to get us a colorful gown, Ann, and set up a tent at all the festivals across America and ask people if they want to stop by for a yes or no question, and they can donate in this little bucket to give us gas money. We can be hippies. Hey, Beth, how are you, baby? I do be wanting to go to the store in my dang pajamas, no lie. Sometimes I break and do it, but I know I'm not supposed to do that, so I try to get dressed. Pajamas and blankies are my weakness. So different there than Oregon. The main thing that people complain about that aren't from here when they come here is the humidity. Like, our heat is like a different kind of heat than just hot. It's not a dry heat. It's humid as hell. And I've lived here all my life, but it still gets me. Hey, Jonathan, how are you, baby? Thank you very much. You was thinking of doing that, Mark? Going and traveling and doing the questions? You should do it. You really have the thing to do it. Jonathan getting a question from me at 4:44 a.m. That's devotion, baby. You flew to Florida a couple times and switched planes in Georgia. That's all you know. Probably in Atlanta. So I'm at the very bottom of Georgia, very close to the Florida line. Atlanta's probably about like 4.5 hours from here. We don't have any like city life here. There's one red light in my town. Fiona picks on me and says that I'm the Gilmore Girls town. So if you watch the Gilmore Girls show, you can see like how big my town is. One red light. All right, Jonathan, you got to give me some tea on, we even have a town square, Beth, with a locally owned flower shop, a boutique with t-shirts in it. We had a bookstore, but they did close it down. Okay, thank you, Beth. You can be next, baby. So who is this person that you're asking me about to you, Jonathan? Is it like a friend or... Oh, and we even have this thing. I can't say it on here what it's called, because if I told y'all specifically what it's called, you could literally track me down, and it's not because of y'all, because you never know who watches these things, right? So I got to have a little sense about it. But we have this thing, and it's where we do plays in our hometown, and they do different plays. Like they're doing like they've done Freaky Friday before. They've also done like shows where it was based on stuff that happened to real people in this town in the 1800s, and they'll have these little plays, and you buy a ticket and you go watch it, and it's really cool. People like travel here to come see it sometimes. But yeah, it's a very quiet, small little town. Yes, Beth, it's like, just the town people, they participate in it, like a little acting thing. Yeah, Fiona, it's like that. All right, this person you're old enough to be her grandfather, you said? So you want to know what this person feels about you? Is it like a family friend or something? No Target or Costco for about 50 minutes from me, Beth. There is a Walmart 20 minutes away. Okay, my son is knocking on the door. Let me let him in, and then I'm going to do Jonathan and Beth. 1 second. Is that you, Gage? Huh? All right, I'm live. You came back early. He still don't got a key, so I had to let him in. Sorry. All right, let me do Jonathan's, and then I'll get Beth. Yes, Fiona, the town people put the play on. They like learn their lines and everything, and they actually put the play on. Could be her grandfather or more. I don't know. But they know I'm not poor. Dan says, Jonathan, I swear you have more gals than Elvis. I swear, Fiona. It's just that I'm not as, you know how on that TV show they're all like close to each other in the town? I'm not really that close to them. Like, we're friendly to each other, but we're not like, none of them have an active role in my life, you know. We're polite to each other in town, but it's not as heartwarming, the connections with the people. I just need a Luke, absolutely. And if I had a Luke, he could cook. Oh my God, because y'all know I can't cook. Me too, Jonathan. I'm right there with you, baby. I keep my walls high too. In Oregon, every little tiny town has a Dairy Queen and a house completely painted pink. There's a Dairy Queen one town over. We do have a Burger King and a Hardee's. But that's it. Then we have some actually locally owned restaurants. We have a locally owned country cooking buffet place, and then they have seafood at night. And then we have a Chinese restaurant that's a local owned business. Most of the businesses in our town are like small business owned. Besides the Hardee's and the Burger King and the Dollar General and the Family Dollar, we have those. That's the only stores we have. We don't have like a Walmart or Target or none of that. So you said she is smart and many fight for her. So you just want to know like how she feels about you? Hey Kaiser, thank you, baby. I got to do Jonathan and then Beth and then you'll be up, okay? Eight of Cups reversed. So whatever connection you have with this person, Jonathan, she feels like it's not over. So even if y'all are just friends or you're just acquaintances or whatever, she doesn't see any need to walk away from you or cut off the connection in any way. Eight of Cups reversed. Seven of Pentacles reversed. She feels like she doesn't have to put a lot of effort into it, just kind of like being herself. Nine of Wands reversed. You don't make her feel like she has to have her walls up. Remember whenever you said that you had your walls up? Well, she's not picking up on that very much because she doesn't have hers up. It's not over and she wants drinks. The Lover's card is in the upright with the Queen of Wands at the bottom. So she feels a strong attraction towards you, but the only thing is that I don't like is this. So this tells me that you would be putting in more effort than she would if you were to try and get into a commitment with her, okay? But she doesn't feel like walking away anytime soon. In fact, I feel like even if you wasn't really interacting with her a whole lot, she would still keep trying to come around because the Eight of Cups is reversed. This is about not giving up the fight or not walking away from you. The Lovers and the Queen of Wands, she feels a strong attraction towards you, okay? But in terms of a commitment, she would be making you do most of the work here, and she'd be stubborn about it with the Four of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles reversed is saying she would be the taker and you would be the giver. More effort. You would be the one giving the effort and she would be the one benefiting from the effort. That doesn't mean you have to straight cut her off. It just means you have to be careful with how much you give this person. If you want to interact and you want to go out for drinks, do that. But just keep in the back of your mind that you don't need to overgive to this person or overdo for this person. Because you need to match her energy. You need to give her what she's willing to give you when it comes to time, effort, attention, all the things, right? Because she's very alluring too with the Queen of Wands. So that means she could have other people even easily drawn to her, right? She's someone who can draw people in easily with the Queen of Wands. But like I said, she feels an attraction towards you, a strong pull towards you. And it won't hurt to go out and have drinks with this person. Just be very diligent and pay attention to how much effort you put into the connection, because if you're not careful, you'll end up being the one doing all the work while she's doing all the benefiting. Exactly, Jonathan. Give her what she wants to give you. If she's willing to call you back after 2 days, you give her that 2 days in return. If she's willing to spend $25 on you for your birthday, you spend $25 for her birthday. I'm not saying, you got to write it all down. I'm just saying be careful and don't be too given to this person. Don't let them pull you in and use you, because they are attracted to you truly with the Lovers and the Queen of Wands. It is authentic. They're actually attracted to you. But they like to use their attraction to try and pull people in and then be the one letting you do all the work. Perfect. That's right. Don't overgive. Yes, I agree completely. Just don't let her fool you. It won't hurt to go out and have a good time with this person. You can just get to know them. See who they are and how they are, and if you want to hang out with them, don't hurt nothing. Just remember the reading, and just remember, don't overgive. If you just take that one piece of advice, you'll be good. Dan said, is she an Aquarius? He's trying to give you warnings because he's married to one. Dan's Aquarius keeps him in line. All right, you got the void and you got pleasure. So, again, it's okay to have fun with this person. It's okay to go out and have a good time, but don't let this person suck your energy dry with the void. It goes together. It's okay to go have a good time and go out and do things with this person. Just don't give them too much effort and energy unless they're showing you that. Match them. Match their energy. All right, Jonathan. I hope that made sense, and thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Jonathan done got him a woman coming in. All right, Beth, are you in here, baby? She said, let me say I was looking at your previous readings and you are right. Thank you. I appreciate it when y'all tell me. You just thank God for me being right, because he be giving me the answers. I'm serious. Because I sure don't be knowing on my own, I promise. It appears the Virgo is telling his friends something. If your friend is trying to talk to me and knows I know you, hold on, let me see if I can understand. It appears the Virgo is telling his friends something. If your friend is trying to talk to me and knows I know you, Why are you coming over to the table and introducing us saying, aren't you BFFs? Didn't y'all date? He likes you, etc. I acted like Stevie Wonder, LOL. I don't know him. Hey, Miss Bikini. I'm confused, Beth. So you're saying that the person you've been asking me in the readings about introduced you to his friend, and you, hold on, let me see. I hope you had a good day, Miss Bikini. No, his brother did. So the friend and everyone went to eat, and the Virgo is texting him. I see him the next day, the Virgo, and he is just staring, but I told his friends bad stuff, LOL. And he came over to the table, and the friend randomly called me over and began saying all those things. I'm trying to figure this out. It's got me. Okay. It appears the Virgo is telling his friend something. I figured the Virgo might have someone in his energy. The friend kept asking questions about it. So the Virgo is the one you've been getting the reading from me about, right? Trying to figure out if we're exes. Okay. So you want to know, is the Virgo seeing somebody else? You go, Miss Bikini. All right, it appears the Virgo is telling his friend something. That, and why is your friends acting like this? Shaking my head. So you want to know, instead of just seeing somebody else, you want to know what kind of energy he's been spewing to them, to the friends, about you. That's right, Miss Bikini. One day at a time. I was enjoying myself, and here this mess comes, so I figured, why do you care if we dated? Alright. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to ask what sort of energy he's basically spitting about you to his friends, so we can see what is he painting you as to his friends. If that's, but let me know if that's right. Like what maybe he's told his friends. And then we'll use the little deck to see. I'm just going to say, is he talking to anyone? I'll do it like that. All right, let's see. 6 shuffles. All right, what's the Virgo telling his friends about Beth? And you know what, Beth? I'm gladly going to do your reading because you don't come up here and get readings every day like crazy or nothing. But sometimes when somebody's bad mouthing you, it's kind of like what you call a smear campaign. I'm not saying that person is a narcissist. I don't give labels like that because I'm not a doctor. But I do know sometimes when you have issues, they like to smear your name to make themselves look like the victim because they get positive attention from it. Whether it's true what you did or not don't even matter, because a lot of times they'll embellish it to make themselves look like the victim. So people will feel sorry for them and they'll get attention. So just keep that in mind. If something negative comes out, don't let it get to you, because I feel like probably that's the case. You know, like they like to make themselves look like the one who's the victim, just based on the situation. My intuition is telling me that anyway. But just know that the reason behind it is they are empty inside, so they need attention from outside of themselves to feel better, you know? It doesn't mean that stuff is true about you. All right, 2 more shuffles. That's right, Jonathan, exactly. And the real truth always comes out anyway, with time, without you having to say a word. Six of Swords. So his friends, for whatever reason, he's told his friends that you have moved on from him, or he's moved on from you. That's the card of moving on. Let me get everything out here and then I'll tell you. And I don't even know if you have moved on from this person, Beth, but that's what he's told people. He's told people that there was an imbalance between you and him. You and him didn't see eye to eye. Your emotional connection was damaged. He may have said it in a more ruder way, but I'm just telling you what the meaning of these cards are, right? With the Temperance reversed and the Two of Cups reversed, like you and them have somebody's not reciprocating properly emotionally, and it's off balance. The things you've done or said, the situation itself is not balanced, and so you and him moved on from each other in some way. They may have even told their friends that they've done something for you in contributing to time or money, because the Nine of Pentacles is reversed. So they may have even told their friends like they done something to help you out, either financially or they devoted a lot of time, because Pentacles can be time or money, either one. But it's like they told their friends that they gave a lot of effort, time, or money to the connection. And there's something emotionally, the connection was damaged. It was very off balance. You and them tried to work it out by having conversations, Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, but it just didn't work. It didn't get through to each other. There was like a disconnect in the communication, Page of Swords reversed. So therefore, y'all had to move on from each other. I don't know if that's true, because the whole situation's confusing, but that's what I feel like they told the friends. So if the friends are asking about you being single, or if this is your ex or whatever, it's because they've told them that you've decided to move on. The Six of Swords is about moving on after conflict with a person. So this is like a moving on energy. So tell me if this makes sense, Beth. But the friend is like I'm confused, Beth. I don't know what that means. You're going to have to. So his friend is trying to come on to you? In front of him? I'm like struggling here. Miss Bikini got ants in her bed. Yes, and he's telling me all this in front of him, that the Virgo likes me. I do not know. I feel like he's told his friends that you moved on. Nine of Cups. The Moon. Queen of Swords reverse. So, when I asked about the motive, I got the Nine of Cups, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords reverse. So the motive could be to see if you're truly happy without this person in your life, to see if you're holding any sort of grudges and if that might come out if you are confronted out of the blue, to see if you would go off, to see how you would respond, to see if you were mad about it, to see if you felt some type of way. Because I don't feel like this person is clear on how you feel. Even if y'all have took space from each other, it's like this person, Page of Swords reversed, might be wondering if you are truly happy with the space that y'all have taken from each other. They might be like wondering what is your deepest feelings on the inside. Because the Page of Swords reversed is when you're curious about what somebody else is feeling or thinking. So honestly, I would not entertain any of this. You said he cut you off. If they walked up, it's like testing if you still have emotions is not a healthy thing to do. And if he cut you off, you shouldn't even give him or his friend time or day, because you should tell yourself internally that you deserve better. Good.
Tell him, girl.
My son said, tell him, girl. You cut him off. Tell him, Gage. Clap for her one time. She cut him off.
Well, he ain't even had no 401k, no way.
He ain't had no 401k, no way, Beth. I'm trying to make you laugh at a situation that ain't funny, okay? You cut him off. It almost feels testy to me. That's why I'm telling you to keep it cut off, okay? The reason why I'm saying that is the moon is like this person doesn't know your true feelings on the inside about them, right? And whatever they cornered you and said or did, it's like seeing if you're truly seeing what comes out. Because when you squeeze an orange, what's going to come out? Orange juice. Will apple juice come out if you squeeze an orange? No. Will lemon juice come out? No. But if you don't know what's inside the orange, the only way to figure that out and be sure of it, if you squeeze that freaking orange, you're going to get what? Orange juice. That's the way it feels to me, like a testy sort of energy. Because the moon is here on their side like an unknown. So they want to know what's coming out of the orange. Orange juice. Is it anger? Queen of Swords reversed. Are you going to show out? Are you going to show you actually still care and get angry and get offended? Or are you happy and you're still going to move on and not give them any energy, not give them any reaction? Whatever comes out of the orange is what's truly in there. When you don't know, you got to squeeze, right? I don't even know where that analogy came from, okay? So that's what this is. You're the orange, and they're squeezing that bitch to see what juice comes out, to see if there's anger or happiness or whatever in there. So just keep focusing on you, because you deserve someone who loves you enough to not try to squeeze to figure out what's going on, who loves you enough to sit down and connect with you, right? Because it feels like they've been talking amongst themselves about you moving on from them, and it wasn't balanced, and you couldn't get eye to eye, and how they contributed time, effort, or money to you. And then here's that Knight of Swords showing up with his little sword to squeeze you to see what comes out. Is anger going to come out, or a happy person response? So you see, I don't feel like it's something that, it's not like terrible, horrible, but it's like enough to be considered a game plan, you know? So does this make sense, Beth? Ants be burying their dead. Let me give you a moon card. Because it took some bravery to be able to cut someone off if you really care about them. But you know at the end of the day, they're probably not for your best good. That's why you did it. So this person is trying to squeeze you, to poke and see if you still care, if you're angry, if you're happy, if you're truly happy without them, you know. This is testy sort of energy. All right. The fear card came out. And resistance. So this is about you growing as a person through it all. Let's see what she said. I figure he moved on and was doing something with his life. No, I cut him off because we didn't agree on a situation and how it was handled. Well, he don't feel too good about you cutting him off, or he wouldn't be trying to entice you into a reaction. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's bothered this person or consumed their energy more than you realize, in other words, because that took some guts in a stupid way to come up with their friend and them coming up to you with that. That was, it was like poking you, kind of. I can't get the orange analogy out of my head. Jonathan said he's happy without his orange hot dog. But I can't get that out of my head, because if he doesn't know if there's a chance to resolve this or make it right, he can do a very immature thing and do this little situation here. Squeeze the orange and see if the juice comes out. Is it lemon juice or orange juice? Or is it freaking apple juice? Is it anger? Is it happiness? Is it nonchalant? What is it? You know what I mean? Like, how are they going to respond? If you could only see my reaction, it was priceless and funny. I was acting like I'd never seen the man before. Well, that's good enough. He deserved it. He deserved you to act like that. Because that gave them the idea that you're in the 9 of Cups. Like, whatever, I'm good. You see my little rosy, fat, happy cheeks? All these cups behind me are full from my own happiness. No one else is filling them up but me, buddy. I don't remember you. You who? The only you who I know is the chocolate drink that I get at the grocery store. Now bye. If you could give them that nonchalant reaction, that's the best thing you could have done. Because it was like a picking, a testing, a poking kind of energy. You know, people be having some nerve in this world. I just can't. Miss Bikini, I feel you. Reese's peanut butter cups and Coke, that goes together very good. You need to go get you some peppermint oil and put it in a little spray bottle, Miss Bikini, and spray around wherever they are. All right. I hope this made sense, Beth, and thank you. Now, I have another one on PayPal. I don't know if you want me to say your name or not, so I'm just going to say if the person who did the PayPal payment is in here, let me know. You're welcome, Beth. Thank you. I'm just going to put PayPal reading is up. Because I don't want to. Oh, there you are. Okay, you can post your question, Kaiser. I can't ever remember what y'all's screen names are. And L3, your donation was not for a mini reading, but I will do you like a 3-card answer to something. So you can post your question after Kaiser, okay? I see your super chat, but Kaiser paid before you, but it's $10 for a mini reading. So I'll give you like a 3-card answer to something, whatever your question is. You'll be after Kaiser. All right. Do you have some backup sheets, Miss Bikini? All right, let's see what Kaiser says. How does Erica currently feel or think of me today? What does she want or need me to know about her? Should I let this connection go? All right, Kaiser, what we're going to do is we're going to ask a separate spread for should you let this connection go? And, like, what is the best advice for your highest good? But we're going to ask it separately because I've gave you readings on this before, so I remember it. And I just feel like that'll be the best way. We'll ask that at the end, okay? All right. You're very welcome. How does Erica currently feel or think, and what does she want or need you to know? L3, you'll be after Kaiser, baby. 2 more shuffles for Kaiser. Good, Miss Bikini. Do you ever go in his room and chat, Fiona? I love going in his channel. It's very comforting to go in there. King of Cups reversed, Fool reversed, 5 of Cups upright, Hangman reversed, 3 of Swords. This person is in a very painful energy today, okay? It's like it's, she's on the fence herself, okay? But she has pain going on. She's got the 3 of Swords. This is heartbreak. So I don't know if she wants you to know this, if she told you she's going through it. even if it's not from you, this could just be their state of being because they're in the Five of Cups. This is the card of disappointment, sadness. Three of Swords is a very painful energy, and the Hangman reversed on top of it. It's like that energy of being focused on it, being tunnel visioned on it. You sure can, little piggy, but I do have this reading and then a 3-card pull question in front of you. So you got to be okay with waiting for those two. If you are, then I'm good with it. But I just want to make sure you know. But anyway, whenever somebody's in the Hangman reversed, it's a negative mind. It's like a narrow mindset. She's almost fixated on the sadness she feels. So this could not even be anything you've specifically done, but she feels like she's going through some sort of pain and sadness. And I feel like she's being emotionally unavailable with the King of Cups reversed. It's like having fear around opening up her heart with the Fool reversed. And you said she hasn't told you anything. She's got the 6 of Wands, so she could be acting like everything's okay. But if this resonates, like if this is actually correct, you're going to feel like it's off. It's not going to be like everything is perfect just because she's got the 6 of Wands. She may not say anything out of the way or show pain, but you're going to feel it because this is some painful energy to be in, for someone to be in. It's sadness, heartbreak, fear around opening up emotionally. Like you'll feel the disconnect between you and her is what I'm trying to say. It does, and she does feel off, and I can sense she's off. So this emotional unavailability, if you and her haven't had any problems and you can't point to a reason as to why you feel that, the only thing this can be is a past connections that she was in, because you got the Tower and the Judgment reversed. This can talk about past connections that ended very painfully. The person still has baggage around it. It's possible that could be it. But if that is it, it's still causing a blockage in you and this lady's connection. It's causing that because she's trying to play it cool. Honestly, I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, drop it. If you care about this person, you're going to have to sit down and have a come to Jesus meeting with this person in a very non-judgmental way. Yep, even though she pretends there's no issue. All you have to do is just be like, hey, it feels like something's off. It feels like there's a blockage. I'm saying be honest about it. It feels like, because this is kind of like your last ditch effort to see if this can work, okay? So it feels like something's off. If there's anything you want to share with me, I kind of feel like you got a wall up between me and you. I mean, no worries. If you don't want to share it, that's fine. But I'm just checking to see if there's anything you want to be open with me about that could be bothering you. Even if it's nothing to do with me, I'm here to listen. You see what I'm saying? You're given that no judgment, nothing to lose energy whenever you do this. Because you can't force her to open up. But if you make a safe space for her to do so, at least you did everything you could if you care about the person. Because I feel like that's the 2 of Wands, that's whether or not you should let this connection go. Because if she's going to have to be willing to say, even if it is a past person, even if she's not wanting to have them back, the pain or whatever she's got going on with the sadness and the heartbreak, she could say, hey, this past person 2 years ago, they ripped my heart out. I still have fear around opening up emotionally to people. So that's what you feel. And when you can identify what you feel, now you and this person have been transparent and authentic with each other, then you can make it work together, right? Because she opened up. She told you, this is the reason why I'm feeling scared about opening up. So then you can point to the fact that this ain't me. I know what's going on now. So I just got to be patient, and we got to keep this open communication going. But if she's not at least willing to do that, then you will have to let it go, only because she's giving you no choice. But that's why I feel like, as your advice what to do, the Two of Wands is here, because it's based on what she contributes when you make that judgment-free space for her to open up and be honest. Because if it was only one card, I would say, well, maybe she had a bad day. But this feels like a rough state of being that she's in, and she's hyper fixated on it. Even if she's pretending everything's okay with the Six of Wands, she's got some deep hurt and pain here. And the way it's manifesting is she's hyper fixated on it internally. And she's got fear around opening up her heart and being emotionally available. So that translates to you as, I don't know what's going on. She acts like everything's okay, but I feel a disconnect. You see? So you basically have to have what you would call a come to Jesus meeting and then make your decision, Two of Wands. From that point, set up a specific timeline in your mind. If you want to use 2 weeks, you're going to set up a specific timeline, give her a chance to open up, 1 or 2 weeks, for her to come clean and truly be authentic and open and dump it out to you, to let her know what she's dealing with, let you know what she's dealing with, so that you and her can become stronger together as you overcome whatever she's fearful of about opening up. Even if it's a past connection, she still has to tell you in order for it to work. And if she's not willing to do that, then you might have to let her go. But I feel like the Two of Wands is because you got to figure out which way to do it based on what she does when you try to get her to open up. All right, let me pull out 3 cards right here for advice. But I still feel like it's the same, Two of Wands, so it's based on her. 3 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords, so you got another 2 in the upright, which is about it going either way. So, the advice has the 2 of Swords attached to it. So you got to actually have a come to Jesus meeting with her. Have a conversation about the disconnect you feel. And then, if she doesn't open up, then you may have to let her go. You got to see if she's willing to put the work in. Because if not, you're going to be in a stalemate. You're going to keep feeling the same thing. It's not going to go away. Until y'all can both be on the same side, right? She can't have you behind a wall. Okay, I'm going to give you a moon card. Okay, it kind of makes sense. Okay. Who do you drive crazy, Dan? I want to know. You talking about your wife? She gonna whoop your ass in a minute. Boundaries, the number 12, Kaiser. So this is about learning the lesson of healthy boundaries. This person's got boundaries up so high you can't even get over them because she's got fear around them, right? Healthy boundaries are okay, but whenever you're trying to build a long-lasting life connection with somebody and there's something there that's fear around opening up emotionally to you, she's got to share it with you or there's no more room to grow. So this is just about learning that lesson around healthy boundaries versus boundaries that are because of fear and not letting you in at all. It almost feels like she wants to make it work with you, but she's scared to let you in to do so. So she lets you in a little bit, but do I think this can be between you and her? If you've done something that you know is very sad and disappointing, like done something to rip her heart out and give her severe depression, but it's going to be something you would have knew you did. If you haven't done anything to this person, there's no way she could be feeling that from you because it's like, it's not a bad day kind of energy. It's like somebody cheated on me or somebody we had fights for 3 months on end and then we finally let go, but I had a lot of love, or it's something significant. Because when she said she wants to be friends and stepped away, and lately I've been just trying to do me. No, I don't feel like that would be enough to feel that. The Five of Cups and the Three of Swords is like betrayal and heartbreak. So, and then the reason why she's not opening up, she has fear around opening up due to betrayal and heartbreak. And these are about past energies being there that betrayed her or broke her heart. So I don't feel like that's you. If I did, I promise I would tell you. I've been dating, and I know she hears this because she's right behind me at work. Well, if you've been dating, then you need to have that final talk with her and sit down, and you got to be honest on your end too. If she does know it from hearsay, that's fine, but you still got to be like, okay, so I know you probably heard I've been dating, but I'm just wanting to know, do you want to keep going with this? You got to have that come to Jesus meeting. But you got to be open on your end. But there's something around her that has fear of opening up. Because I feel like you've been dating only because she wouldn't open up. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't feel like she has this heartbreak and this disappointment from you. I feel like she had the wall up the whole time. She never let you in the wall. Exactly. She told you not to wait for her. You want to know why? Because she's still dealing with some sort of heartbreak and she's not letting you in all the way. So if you really care about this person, you're going to have some patience, and you're going to have that come to Jesus meeting that's very uncomfortable. But if you feel like it's not worth it, then go, sweep it on by. But I don't feel like this is from what you did to her. I don't feel like she ever fully opened up to you initially in the beginning anyway. Sweep her on down the road if you don't feel like you care. But if you do care, it's worth sitting down. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Kaiser. Thank you. I hope it made sense. Oh, y'all gonna make me vape all night. I'm gonna be vaping till the cows come home. I'm kidding with you. All right, Miss String, you're having trouble finding me on PayPal. I have no idea how to work it. I just know I have a link on here, but I also have Cash App, and you can do Super Chat or Venmo. Exactly, Fiona. You welcome, Kaiser. Thank you, baby.
I'm a little bit better than a clip right now.
All right, my Super Chat person with the 3-card spread. Are you still here? I do have my PayPal in this thing, don't I? Yeah. When you click on the blue thing. All right. What is his role in your life? Let's see. L3. Is this somebody you're dating, or? I can tell you exactly what comes out, but. Thank you, L3. Like a shot of whiskey, burning, going down, burning, going down. Y'all gotta listen to me sing off key if you want to read, and it's like part of the price you have to pay. A situationship. Gotcha. What is this person's role in your life? Oh, that's good, Tanya. I'll be making you sing with me. I'm glad. Miss Bikini over there sweating, making the bed. Queen of Cups reversed. Page of Wands reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Hangman reversed. Honestly, I feel like this is a person that's almost kind of like a bump contract. It might not be the right word for it, but someone that helps push you on the path that your higher self wants you to be on, okay? Because the Queen of Cups is reversed, right? And if you are like most people on the planet, you want an emotionally available, committed connection. Not everybody, but I'm going to just assume that you're one of the ones that does want that. But with these energies coming out and you're asking about their role, this is about helping you identify what that is and what it is not. This person is showing like emotional unavailability, immaturity, and someone that you can see the potential of what they could be because you have interest in them, but the potential is not manifesting in the physical world due to their immaturity and emotional unavailability. So as their role in your life, their role would be to show you that in real time so that you can identify what this is. And you can say, okay, what I do want is someone who is emotionally available, someone who is living up to their full potential, someone who is more mature. So I'm grateful for this experience, but I'm going to leave it right here where it is. I send you love and light, and I go on about my day becoming my best queen self. And I'm grateful you taught me what emotional unavailability looks like, so that I will no longer be in a connection like that, and I'll go on to something else. I'll go work on myself for a little while and let someone come in that wants to be available in the heart space and wants to be mature and grounded and stable, right? So that's what I feel like this is. It's more about showing you and helping you identify in real time what you truly want and deserve. So yeah, bump contract to me. That's what I feel like. Bumping you on the right path, you know. All right. Thank you, L3, and I hope that made sense. Jen, you sure can. It's a free yes or no question, baby. Thank you, L3. Good. It made sense. My North Node is in Cancer. I'm a Cancer, Sun, Moon, North Node, and Mercury. My rising in. Fiona, you're just like me, like with all those placements in Cancer, except for my placements are like that in Scorpio. I have like a stellium in Scorpio. Mine is Sun, Moon, Venus. I don't know the rest of them, but there's 5 placements in Scorpio. And then my rising is Sag. Okay, Miss String, you can have a free yes or no, baby. If you email me after I get off the live, my email is on my community tab, on the top post on my community tab. I'm just saying for future, you can email me and then I can invoice you for a reading, and I do emailed readings like that. I can invoice you on PayPal if you want me to. But just, I can't do it while I'm live, so you'd have to do it for an email reading. All right. A Creations. Are me and my person going to be together forever after our little setback? A Creations. Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords. I don't know about the forever part. I'm not good at that because things can change, right? But I do feel like you and this person will have communication and there may be some anxieties, worries, fears, and doubts involved, but I do feel like y'all will talk it out and resolve it, whatever the setback is. So I'm comfortable with telling you that much. I feel like, yeah, Star, Emperor, Moon reverse. Yes, you will resolve the setback energy, but I just don't want to say forever because I'm just not that kind of reader. I can't do it. Because it wouldn't be healthy for me to do that to you, you know? All right. Fiona said, I have a stellium in Cancer and Libra, so I'm emotional and flighty. I feel you, Fiona. I can do your question for free, Miss String, but I'm saying after this live, like for another day, you can get like an email reading or something later if I invoice you. I'll give you like an emailed reading if you want, but I'll do this for free, so. All right. Is Eric in love with me? Hey, Liz, how are you, baby? I need to know how the party went. You'll be next. Is Eric in love with Miss String? Because the parties done happened, right? I didn't know about this party. I remember that reading specifically. I thought it was going to be some drama for your mama or something. Like, I remember something about it. All right, Miss String. 4 of Pentacles reversed. Judgment, the 3 of Cups, 7 of Wands. So, is this person in love with you? I feel like they're definitely interested in you, but they got a wall up around their heart. So, in love, I wouldn't go so far as to say that with these cards coming out. But the 3 of Cups and the Judgment, you definitely have their attention. They definitely want to interact with you. This feels like dating, friendly vibes, right? But you're asking about love, and they got a 7 of Wands here. So they're like not an easy person to get into their heart. They're real chill and relaxed when it comes to enjoying being around you. But getting to the love phase with this person, it's a whole different, not just you, just who they are in general. So definitely they're interested in you. I feel good about saying that. Yeah, drama for your mama. That's just some junk I said off the top of my head. Oh, the party is next weekend. Shit, it ain't even got here yet. We don't think you weird, Fiona. All right, Liz, you can post your question, baby, unless you put it on this app over here. I'm looking. Oh, I see the question on here, so I'll read it on here. Miss String, you're probably right. Most people put their walls up if they feel feelings. You want to know why? Because they're scared that something bad's going to happen like it did in their past. So if I was you, I would just release my worry about what it needs to be, enjoy my time and energy with this person, and then let it turn into what it wants to. Because when they feel that you're not pushing them, they might be more likely to release them walls, you know? Okay, what do your spirit guides need you to know right now? Do you want to know about a certain subject, Liz, or you want to know just whatever comes out? He's scared and wounded. Yep, that's what I would say with the 7 of Wands. All right, let's see what comes out for Liz. 5 shuffles. That's so true, Miss Bikini. Liz said, I'm living the fast lane tonight. I want to know whatever comes out, and I'm putting on my shades. No matter how bright that future is, I'm going to be able to handle it. I'm just talking shit because I've been live for a long time, y'all. Just go along. Y'all know when I'm live more than an hour, the shit that comes out of my mouth is real random. If you've been on here with me for a while, you know that. I agree, Miss String. Always trust that gut stuff. Always trust the gut, because it's right. Even when we don't want to hear what it has to say, it's usually right. We're going to just roll with it. That's right, Liz. We going with the flow. We being like Sugarland on that song. What is that freaking song by Sugarland? Damn. I'll think of it in a minute. That's gonna bug the shit out of me. I can't think of it. 2 more shuffles. Me too, Ann. And when I be reading for a while, stuff starts to get goofy. I start to get goofy. Like, I'm a little goofy anyway, but I'm saying, like, it just gets more goofier. Is goofier a word? But my guitar can fix it. I'd be better off if I was a truck. By now I'd have done broke down and someone to fix me up. I'm running with a rod slung through my heart. Queen of Swords reversed. I'd be better off if I was a truck. The World in the upright. Knight of Wands reversed. 10 of Pentacles reversed. 9 of Pentacles reversed. Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Empress reversed. 5 of Cups reversed. So your spirit guides want you to go to another level, world energy, in some area of your life. And you may be feeling in the next little while, if you already don't feel it now, you might feel nudged, get random ideas, intuitive nudges to try or do something or go somewhere. Any of these kind of things, ideas, opportunities to go places, anything that's a nudge. This even looks like a spirit guide card. Look at this shit with all these clouds and stuff, and this girl is inside of this circle. It's the World card, but this is about going up a level, okay? But the thing that you've got to focus on, which is the only thing you can control in the situation anyway, is something to do with boundaries. With the Queen of Swords reversed and the Wheel of Fortune reversed, it's like, from the other side's perspective, from the spiritual side of things, which I feel like this is representing your guides. Like, I know this is the 4 fixed signs in the tarot, but I'm just getting a download, so I'd be going with it. That looks like freaking pink sand, like at Mark's house. But you got this freaking eagle and angel and lion and bull. Like, this is your spirit guides, right? Trying to pull you into a new level. And there's something about boundaries that you've got to master on this level in order for it to kind of go. It's like you're in the birthing process right now. You're like coming through the birth canal as a baby into a new level, energetically speaking. And the one thing that's gonna push you over that threshold and get you to your next level, like you're about ready to open that door, the doorway is in sight, you're really close, but you got to do something about mastering boundaries in some way. And it's going to bring you balance. In work to step it up, I'm juggling a lot of projects right now, which stresses me out. Okay, so the stressing you out part could probably be something to do with boundaries. If you can somehow set some boundaries around it. I know we have to work and pay our bills, so you can't just be like, I'm setting boundaries, no more work for y'all. You know, you got to pay your bills. So something about that, maybe you could pray about it or do some journaling or something to get some ideas on how can you set some boundaries that show to yourself you love yourself enough to renew your energy in some way. Is it taking a paid day off, or make 30 minutes every morning for yourself? Some sort of thing to do some boundary work on renewing your energy a little bit, so you can be ready for your next level. So they can, because they're trying to pull you up there. They're all around you, and like you're right there at it, whatever this is. I also want to dibble dabble more creative projects on the side, but I haven't been because of work. And I'm definitely not telling you, okay, now you got to go find another job. But there are things you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like to get rest and get time to where you can be creative. Because you can't be creative when you're burnt out. I'm key example of that. Let me tell you why I know it for a fact to be true. Is you can look on my channel at the inconsistencies when I don't go live, right? It's when I'm burnt out. I'm just telling you from my real job, my job that pays my bills and takes care of my family. I have to put that first. So if I'm burnt out at that, if I'm tired from going there and doing every day, you might see a month where I didn't go live before, because all my lives are on my channel. So you can go back and see my inconsistencies over the years. It's because I don't feel creative enough to get on here and do this, and I have to be in a good state of being to do it. So you will too, right? You're going to have to be ready for that creative energy to be channeled through you. If you're too burnt out, it ain't there. Working out, girlfriend, and work. See what I mean? Like you got all them things on your plate. So something's got to be a boundary thing. You're going to have to figure out ways to pour back into yourself a little bit to be able to make space for this level up. That's the key. Well, there you go. You're already going to take a day off. So that's perfect. At least you got, and maybe you can do that, like come up with a system. Like I said, start journaling or praying about it, or, randomly writing it down in a little book or something. Because it's something to do with boundaries. Like it could possibly keep you stuck if you keep it the way it is, in terms of how much effort you're putting into your work or whatever you're doing in life. If you don't change something up, it's not going to stop it from happening, whatever this level up is, but it could slow it down, because you're too drained to be able to create in the way you need to be, like the state of being you need to be in to do the level up thing. Because the Knight of Wands is reversed. The Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This is all energies being poured out of you, right? You feel empty because you're like, there's nothing left at the end of the day. I've also been helping my girlfriend out these past few days because they've been on a trip, but I've been slammed with my work and my personal, and I was supposed to see her tomorrow. So your spirit guides want you to know to slow down and set some boundaries for rest and peace so that you can channel your creative energy to go to this next level that they're trying to pull you into. Boundaries, that's what your thing is. That's your homework for the month, Liz. That's your homework. Because the Empress is reversed here, you see? So you got to get this upright. You got to get yourself replenished. You're honestly drained, and I feel like that level is right there. It feels like this. Let's imagine I'm sitting in this room and there's a wall in front of me or behind me, but it's glass. I can see through it, but I can't get to it because that glass is there. For you, that level is right behind that glass wall. You can see it, it's there, but you can't get to it. It's a parallel reality at this moment. Because why? That glass wall represents the boundaries and the replenishment you've got to give back to yourself in order to be a frequency match to that level up. So you're right there. And don't be hard on yourself. Just know it's there. And they're trying to, like, Hey, Liz, we're over here. Right here it is. You know, I want to pull you through it. So it is there, and you're probably feeling a nudge about it. If you're feeling nudge, like you know there's more. There's got to be something more. That's the Sugarland song. Got to be something more. Got to be more than this. I need a little something. Anyway, look that up. That's a good song. That's it for you. The Sugarland song. That's for my brain. I don't know how it works. Let me give you a moon card. But whatever the world is, it just is going to be a more evolved version of you. But it's very much abundant. You'll still have problems when you take this level up, but it's going to be different problems. I heard something the other day and it resonated with me. How you know you've leveled up is that your problems have changed. So think about it for a minute. Let's say you're homeless, right? What's your problem? Your main problem is finding a place to sleep tonight, a meal to eat tonight. Okay, let's say you've managed to work yourself up at a company. Now you're making $200,000 a year. You're not rich, but you're doing pretty good, and you have a nice little house with your kids and your family and all that. Now your problems are you have to pay your mortgage this month. You have to go fly to that business trip next week. Still problems, they're just different. So that's how you know you are moving up. So when those problems start changing to new ones, that's the kind of energy it is. It's like a level up. Still life problems will be there, just different ones. All right, I'm going to give you, no, I'm not going to give you moon. I'm going to give you these because you need to be having some boundaries on making yourself rest and feel better. So these are going to be your cards. All right, give Liz an oracle. Give yourself permission to cut loose. Give yourself permission to cut loose. Let me give you another one. Oh my God, you needed this. Let yourself rest. The world will keep spinning. I'm going to say it again just because I'm your annoying older sister, okay? Let yourself rest. The world will keep spinning. I knew you needed this deck. One more. Whether you think you can or cannot, you're right either way. Whether you think you can or cannot, you are right either way. So there you go, boo-boo. And I hope your party goes good. So maybe you can come in here after next week and let me know. You just need to write the word boundaries at the top of your journal page, because I know you have a journal by now if you come in my channel. And then randomly write ideas over the next week or two. Yes, they are, Miss Bikini. You want some? Miss Bikini, the one who sent me these cards, and she always thinks I don't have time to give her a card. Do you want some oracle cards? I'll be glad to give you 3 of them. And Pretty, it's free yes or no questions, Pretty, okay? So if you ask a question, it has to be like a yes or no answer. You very welcome, Liz. Thank you, baby. All right. You want these ones, Miss Bikini? She said yes. And I don't know why I call you Miss Bikini. I know your name is Tanya. It's just a habit. I'm sorry that I do that. Dang, y'all, we hanging out. It's technically Mother's Day at my house. It's 12:04 a.m. We hanging out late tonight. Y'all talking about dog farts? All right, Miss Bikini. there really is magic within you. This is basically saying you're doing way better than you give yourself credit for. You're way better of a human being than you give yourself credit for. Okay, good. Miss Bikini then. Well, that's what I call you anyway, so. I just didn't want you to think that I wasn't, you know. Be brave enough to become who you were always meant to be. This is Dan in the picture telling you, Miss Bikini. He's a Leo and it's a lion. So Dan's in the picture and he's like basically, he has a yellow hair bow on. He's doing it to make you laugh, okay? Just go with it. See his yellow hair bow? And he's telling you, Miss Bikini, be brave enough to become who you was always meant to be. I love it. Dan gonna pop me in the nose. Hug someone today, Miss Bikini. Hug someone today. And then the bottom of the deck says, escape the ordinary. So maybe try something fun to do. I'm telling you, and the goofiness is like taking over my soul. Dan said, my man bun. Look at the man bun. Maybe you need like a little kitty cat or a puppy, Miss Bikini. Why don't you get a pet? I think you would do so good. You should get a Taco Bell dog. I love Taco Bell dogs. Like, our neighbor has one, and we named him Kurt, even though that's not really his name. But we named him that. And we, like, pet him, and we call him Kurt, and he is so cute, and I be feeding him food when he runs over here. And that's what you need. You need a Taco Bell dog, a baby Taco Bell dog. But you can have a baby Taco Bell dog. You will be so glad if you did it. Right now he can be chilling with you. And you can hug him. Dan needs a switch across his man buns. Okay. Pretty, does R have love feelings for me? He is my friend. Miss Bikini said she would set on him. He'll like yelp or something and he'll be okay. I think you would be happy if you got one. Or maybe get one like from the Humane Society that's already like trained, a cat or a dog that's already trained to use the bathroom like they're supposed to, so it wouldn't be so stressful, but you would still have a companion. At least just tell me that I need to just shut up because you're thinking about it. You know, you can just think about it. Does R have love feelings for Preety and he is her friend? 8 of Swords, 7 of Cups. I feel like if you were wanting to date this person in a romantic way, they might would take you up on it. But the fact that they have their options open, it might mess up your friendship. So they have love for you, but I probably wouldn't try to date them because you wouldn't want to be overthinking about them having multiple love options. Future, you can get me a new car too. We need one too. I'm just kidding. Let me see. And the Taco Bell dog could scare the ants away. Miss Bikini said, I'll hug the ants. Shut up, Marley. You're welcome, Preety. Will future get approved for the new car soon? You welcome, Miss Bikini. Will future get approved for the new car soon? Emma, what you doing? Huh? Chariot reversed. 4 of Pentacles. I feel like you still have to like save more or do something with your credit score, something that you can't give up on this idea. The Chariot is reversed, and that can be a actual card that is around car or travel with the Chariot, but it's reversed. So I feel like the timing is going to be further out than you want it to be, but the message is don't give up with the 4 of Pentacles. Hold on to that idea and start taking steps towards making it happen. Even if it's saving $5 a week for the down payment, even if it's just downloading the app that's free, Credit Karma, and working on doing something to get your credit improved. Just stuff that you have control over, take that action and don't give up on it so that you can make it happen. The timing may be longer than you want, but you can make it happen. Yeah, we're not mature every freaking Saturday. That takes too much work. I'll be back, y'all. Un momento, por favor. That means one moment, please, in Spanish. I got a chicken nugget. It's 12:12 here. I never drink real drinks, but sometimes you just need a crispy Sprite. You had a government contracting job for almost 10 years and you haven't looked back at normal time in a long time. Sprite is crispy. It ain't cold, but I like crispy Sprites. Yeah, some people be putting military time like on their phones. I've noticed that before. Like 0400 is morning, like 4 a.m. And then 1600 will be 4 p.m. I think it's like that. I don't know. You put it on your phone, Miss Bikini? So it's what it shows on like the lock screen? Like right there where it says 12:14, yours would say 0014? I don't know. I'm guessing. Starry Drinks is more crispier? Well, I need to try one. Is it like Sierra Mist? I've had Sierra Mist. That's how you tell time since 2011. So you must have had your current job for like the last few years, but before that you had that. I'm adding up the years in my head. It's crispier. Is that a word? I promise I'm not drunk. I promise I'm just me at 12 a.m. I shouldn't have took a nap today because now I'm not sleepy, but I'm goofy because it's the middle of the night. And y'all just gonna have to hang out with me for a little while until I get tired. Yes, that's the year my daughter was born. And then my son was born in 2006. I'm like, how is that a long time ago? How are they so as old as they are? Ann says she's just making shit up at this point. If y'all think this is a goofy live, y'all should have been in the one whenever we was back in the day. We went live for 5 hours straight. Oh my God. That should have been illegal. The YouTube police should have came in here and shut it down. I'm going to get another chicken nugget. Miss Bikini says she's hungry. She'll be back. Let me think how long I've been at my job. November 12th was my birthday. I think I started like November 1st, maybe. I don't remember the exact day of 2020. So November 1st of this year will be 5 years. You talking about the Elon thing? Was that one of them people that tries to pretend like they somebody so they can get you some, give them some money or something? That's what made me think when I saw it. Why they want to be freaking Elon? You're gonna beat the odds, Miss Bikini. Eddie, why you saying them things? Ann said, I ain't sending you no dollars on Cash App, Elon. I'ma send you a laughing emoji. I am, Rita. You gotta respect all women. All women deserve respect if they have a good heart, Eddie. It's just one free yes or no question per live, Rita. Lay it on me, girl. I love crispy sheets. Not if it's a mini reading, I always ask for context, Rita, but if it's just a yes or no question, just keep it simple and then I'll pull 2 cards and I'll tell you if it's a yes or a no. Dan told me to change the bed sheets and whatnot, take a shower, so I did. And I haven't seen it yet, so I think they're good, Miss Bikini. I'm glad. I'm glad you got rid of the ants. I think I have some ants in my car. My car's never been washed since I had it. It's been a long time. I had it since 2019, okay? The only wash it ever had was the rain outside. And the rain doesn't have any soap in it, so it's kind of dirty. All right, will Rita's current partner situationship work out? By my car being dirty, Fiona? Because I need to be one of those people that washes my car, but I just don't see the need. You know, and I wish I did. Eddie, I hope you get your dream, buddy, but you should love people not because of if they're white or black or purple or green or red. You should love good people, and then, you know, damn, Eddie. All right, Rita, I'm checking. Will your current relationship work out? Page of Cups reversed and the 9 of Wands. So either you or this person is guarded. Whenever you're saying work out, I'm taking it like you mean, is this going to be a life partnership? I feel like no. If it is, it's not going to be a very happy one because somebody here is emotionally immature with the Page of Cups reversed and somebody's got their guard up. They're easily guarded, maybe from past failed connections. I'm not sure, but I feel like saying that this might not be long term unless you let it be long term, even though it doesn't feel like it's successful because somebody's emotionally immature and somebody's guarded. Dan has to have Cancer somewhere in his chart because he's always making sure people be eating and he's making sure people be getting some sleep and all the things. Rita, that's just God. That ain't me. So I'm just telling you. God be helping me answer the questions for people that needs it. Oh, his Venus and North Node is in Cancer. Well, that makes sense because Dan be trying to watch out for people. All right, blessed one. Is his intentions good currently? You know what you got to do, Rita? I have to run my mouth if you tell me your story, and I have to say it when it comes to my mind because I'm accountable for my own self when it comes to my brain. If I don't say it, I'll feel guilty later. So you have to switch your perspective about being hurt. When you get hurt, you have to switch your perspective, and you're the only one that can do this. Get you a journal and start to assign positive meanings to those things that happened to you that were painful. How did it help you become a better person? How can you be grateful for the experience? You make up the reasons because you're the creator. And whenever you learn to be grateful for those negative experiences, you start to attract a timeline that unfolds in a more positive way. But you're going to have to do it for yourself because nobody else can. It's something you got to do internally. The journal works for me. Some people say it does and some say it don't. But I always say the journal because it's the one thing in my world that I can point to and say it works. And when you get through writing all this down, tear it up and burn it. Or put it in the toilet and flush it. But it's something you can't just do it one time and say, okay, it's done, because you're still going to feel hurt on the inside. You're still going to feel heartbreak and sadness. You got to keep doing it so you can keep choosing the new reality where you're grateful for these things. You wouldn't become the person you are, and you know you're special. There's only one you on the planet. You wouldn't become the person you are without those things happening. You learned X, Y, and Z. You're grateful it happened because it helped you with this or that. And then you transmute that negative energy. All right, blessed one. Are his intentions good currently? You're welcome, Rita. Thank you, Miss Bikini. Eight of Swords reversed, Page of Swords reversed. So the only thing I feel like is a blockage. I don't think it's bad intentions, but I do feel like you and this person either have different love languages or you just don't communicate very well. Because it's like trying to come to a realization or get something said to each other, but it's not sinking in on the other side, and it causes baggage or heavy burdens between the two of you. So I feel like there is a blockage in communication in some way. Even if you're actively talking to this person, it's not properly communicated to the point where y'all have a healthy communication style. Somebody on one side or the other needs to work on their communicating and opening up. Dove and peace, I don't really know if I can answer that. That's something based on what frequency you're vibrating on as to what you attract in your life. You know what I'm saying? Is it possible to find someone better than your ex? Of course, as long as you don't settle. Let's just pull a card and see what comes out, but just think of it that way. Think of everything in terms of frequency and vibration. That's how you attract who or whatever in your world, in your inner circle world, you know? And we attract what we are. So really focus on becoming the partner that you want to attract. Page of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Pentacles. Yes, as long as you take it slow and you learn your lesson from the past. Knight of Pentacles is about taking it slow. Become somebody's friend first. What does it hurt to become somebody's friend first? Why do you always have to be in a connection? You don't. You can be their friend first. So you can get to know them as a human for a year or two. Who cares? It's a year or two. In the big scheme of life, that's not that long. Let it naturally turn to something else. And also make different choices whenever that same past lesson comes up. If someone crosses your boundaries in an unhealthy way like they did before, recognize the pattern and make a different choice. And take it slow. And the answer is yes if you do those things. Yeah, Miss Bikini be doing some cooking. You're welcome, Dove and Peace. I think I'm going to make vegetable soup tomorrow just because it's supposed to rain. I'm only half human, staring at the moon and wish I could touch the glow so soothing. Oh yeah, the rain that they were saying we were gonna get is not even coming. Emmy, are you staying up trying to wait on the rain?
I don't even know. I'm just playing Royal High.
Because it ain't even coming now.
Bro, I'm about to tweak out.
Yeah, they told us lies. We be looking forward to rain on the weekend, man. I'm just quietly reading y'all's comments because I love reading y'all stuff when y'all talking. I need some mini Reese's. I never had spinach soup in my life. Like, I don't know if it'll be good or not. Oh no. An earthquake in the United States? What show, Fiona? I need me a show. I just can't get off the Gilmore Girls. I just started over on season 1 and keep playing it over and over. I'm a creature of habit. That's cool, Miss Bikini. Schumann resonance. Yeah, I've seen stuff about the frequency of the earth or something as the Schumann resonance changes. Dan, I started watching that astrology guy. When it's very high, you can have earthquakes. That's freaky if we have earthquakes here because I never heard of earthquakes that close to here. I gotta look this up. East Tennessee earthquake. Wow. They said it was felt throughout the Carolinas, y'all. What's it about, Fiona? Like, is it like a There's a quake line in the Midwest, 1850s and 60s. There was a huge earthquake there. Oh my gosh, y'all, can y'all imagine that? Because there's probably no warning, it just happens. So when the Schumann resonance spikes, it makes the chance for earthquakes to be more higher, I guess. Hey, Gage, did you know there was an earthquake in like East Tennessee today? They said the one today was like 4.1, and Dan said he was around Palm Springs and there was a 3.4. The framing around the sliding glass door bowed. I would have peed my pants. I agree, Anne. I hope nobody got hurt. All the pads under the houses have double rebar in California. Kind of like where Mark lives, they're all made out of certain material to withstand hurricanes. I guess all the ones in California are made to withstand earthquakes. Schumann resonance is the Earth's electromagnetic frequency, and it may influence brain waves and biological functions. Wow, that's why people have ascension symptoms. That's the scientific reasons. Have y'all ever heard of people saying that, you know, the earth is shifting into a new dimension and all that, and it sounds so woo-woo and spiritual? But if the Schumann resonance is spiking, which is the frequency of the planet, that's why people have what they call ascension symptoms, because it's affecting their physical body. So they could have like flu-like symptoms or whatever. And it's because of the Schumann resonance, the frequency.
This pollen give me ascension symptoms.
Huh?
This pollen giving me ascension symptoms.
I agree. How they found out about the pole switching was the plates were moving. Every 20,000 years, the magnetic poles flip. Y'all know what I've been feeling lately? And I thought it was just because the pollen had me all like nasally and having post-nasal drip, which it could be that. But our pollen has been intense this year. Even my daughter and my son has been feeling it. But it'll make me feel kind of nauseous. And I go through like times of eating a lot and then times of not eating as much. It's weird. It fluctuates. Anne say she gonna be levitating soon because she be having her ascension symptoms a lot. That just basically makes sense. That's why people have ascension symptoms, because the frequency of the planet is freaking changing so rapidly and intensely, it affects our physical body. It just makes more sense when you put it that way. Dan said he thought levitating was normal. I'm so glad I put the dang chat on this iPad because I can see it so much. Like there's so much more of it. When I had it on the phone, like I went live on the phone, but I don't use it to read it. I've been using this tablet and it makes it a better screen. You can see more. Anne says she feel all the shifts. The show is about this man who became a part of the mafia. Oh, I should have known, Fiona. And Nissan, who blows into his life. She is forced to work for this corrupted cop lady against him. But she actually loves him deep down, probably. When Dan was in the 6th grade, there was 180 million people in the U.S., and we're close to double that 50 years later. So 360 million. I can't even fathom 360 million people. Like, $900 million in India. She does love him, basically, and he's fighting it because he wants to only love Ruya, but she is Ruya. He just doesn't know it. So basically, he loves the girl that he's fighting love for. That might get me caught up if I watch that. Is it on Netflix? Dan said 900 million in India and they're all using the same bathroom. That's a lot of freaking people, y'all. 360 million in the US. If you would have asked me how many people is here, I would have had no idea. Like, no clue. Miss Bikini said, Daniel. She about to whoop Dan. She gonna get him. I just can't believe we have that many people, because like I live in the country, right? And in the country, there's like farmland and open areas where no houses are and stuff. She was his first love when he was a child. He killed a guy for her, this guy who SA'd her. Went to prison, and when he got out, he has been searching for her. Little does he know he found her, and he's fighting his feelings for her because he doesn't know it's her. Why she don't just tell the man? Dang. Then the show would have to end because the plot would no longer be thickened, I guess. Miss Bikini thinks they're all in Washington State. It's terribly crowded here. I hope to leave one day and do something else, even if it's a learning thing. Miss Bikini, you need to move to Florida. If I could pick up and move anywhere right now, it would only be a few hours from where I live now. I wouldn't be in Georgia. I would go to Florida. Just a couple hours away. If I had all the money in the world, I would get me a beach house, and then I would get me a house away from the beach so that I would have somewhere to go when hurricanes came. Are there any young guys down there? So you don't have to go where all the young people are in Florida, like Mexico Beach. You would love that. Like if you lived at Mexico Beach, it's peaceful and quiet, and there's a lot of people, the people that actually live there are usually like retired people and stuff. There might be some young people there, but it's just not a party beach. It's a quiet, peaceful beach. You would love living at Mexico Beach. You should just look it up, Mexico Beach. It's like small town vibes. Because she doesn't know she is his Ruya. She doesn't know he had feelings for her. It is so good, Marley. You really should check it out. This man is starting to show some jealousy for her. Is it on Netflix, Fiona? You got to type out the name of the show again so I can screenshot it, because I done lost it now. Dan said he went to Walmart and the gal didn't know any English. I would love that, surrounded by that kind of eye candy all the time. That would be great. I'm kidding. I wouldn't handle the humidity. You wouldn't be like feeling the peace of the ocean? You wouldn't like it? You should just go visit like one weekend just to see if you could handle it. Because it's so peaceful at the ocean. Dang, we don't have that problem at our Walmart and Dollar Tree. I don't think so. I would so move to the beach. If I had the means to do so, I would be in there. You miss Houston, Ann? Is that where the ranch is? Because you know I ain't good at the names of the towns. The Oregon coast or the Washington coast, but the prices are too high, basically. But Mexico Beach, you should at least just look at their prices and maybe just go try it for one weekend and see if you could stand it. You should download Duolingo, Dan. You can learn Spanish. Emmy, could he learn Spanish on Duolingo? She must not be in the living room no more because she be trying to look. She's learning German on there. Well, Duolingo, that's what Emmy uses. I don't know exactly how much you learn on there, but... Yes, I remember you used to go fishing every freaking day. Ann was a fishing girl. I understand about the humidity, Miss Bikini, because I've lived here all my life and the humidity still gets to me. Your eyeballs got burned to a crisp every day. Oh my God. I remember you would send me pictures of your catches. Emmy be making me laugh with that Duolingo because she'll be saying it out loud, like what it tells her to say, and I won't be knowing what in the hell she's saying. And she's learning German is what it is. Hey Jen, how are you, baby? I understand, Miss Bikini. I've been there before. Where you feel like you're not in a new chapter and your old chapter is closed out, your new chapter is not quite there yet, so you're in like this middle place. Good, Jen. Oh, Dan was saying jokes, and he didn't. Dan don't mean nothing by his jokes, though. I better get off of here and try to go to bed, y'all, because I have to get up tomorrow and go see my mommy. Downsizing what you can have control over is your small things and junk, and you'll definitely get that garage cleaned out this summer. So are you planning on like moving in a certain time frame, Miss Bikini? That always feels good, Jen, when you clean out old energy, like you getting fresh. Even if it's something as simple as cleaning out your closet and washing your sheets, it just feels like you're a new person. Thank you, Miss Bikini. All right, I'm screenshotting it, Fiona. Is it on Netflix? I just screenshotted it. I just need to know if I can watch it on Netflix or Hulu. I have both of those. Oh, okay, Miss Bikini. You too, Ann. Go to Turkish 123. I got to screenshot that because I ain't never heard of that. Or YouTube. Okay. I got it. Okay, I love y'all, and I will see y'all sometime tomorrow, okay? I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow sometime for Sunday, okay? All right. Y'all have sweet dreams and all the good stuff, okay? All right, good night, and bye!